welcome back to the live stream. We are here in Vintage Story, and I found something really cool not very far from my home. And that's 10. And I marked it on the map right here. And that means if I were to dig down right about here, I would find a surface 10 deposit. Now that's important because unlike copper, which is fairly common, tin is fairly uncommon. And so we're going to go ahead and I'll just look around briefly to see if there's any other. And yes, I am starving as we speak. But I'm just looking for any other surface nuggets. I don't see any. Nothing obvious anyway. Unless this is something over here. Nope. Okay. I could eat this snake theoretically. At the beginning of the Late Bronze Age, Arzawa was a sizable kingdom on the central coast of Western Anatolia and extended eastward toward the Central Plateau. At one point, the Egyptians opened diplomatic relations with them, expecting them to displace the dominant force in Anatolia. Grab this meat here. Now, I do have food back home, and now that I've got 10, it makes sense to go ahead and proceed to the Copper Age. Boy, I'd like to get these chickens closer to home, too. It's important to remember there are chickens right here. I'm pretty sure as well there might be pigs right across this river somewhere. And we're really close to home. So I'm going to head home and have some food. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to our first metalworking. I went ahead and installed the extra info mod as well. This is not updated for release candidate 3 yet, but it is working. Let's get this. Let's get this right. At the very least, we can use it to stave off the hunger for a second. This kingdom formed out of a Middle Bronze Age kingdom based in Kushara. The dynasty of kings expanded by conquering other petty kingdoms. The dynasty eventually moved their capital to a city called Hattusha, and the king changed his name from Labarna to Hattushili, meaning a man from Hattusha. The kingdom of the Hittites regarded their homeland, the land of Hatti, to be within the curve of what they called the Marasantia River, what is now the Kizilirmak River. In the mountainous region to the north were hostile tribes called the Kashka, and south of the Hittite core was Kituwatna, and grab this flax as well. To the east were Hayasa and Azi, the late Bronze Age terms for what would develop into Armenia. The Hittites grew to control the entire central plateau, and the kingdom is divided into 3 phases: the Old, Middle, and New Kingdom. So as you can see here, I've outlined this chunk. And if you push with the extra info mod installed, if you go ahead and push Shift M, it will highlight chunks that are mycelium chunks. Yeah, and you have to be within a certain range to reveal them. But this one was fairly close to home, and I figured, let's do an experiment. I've cleared it completely off, and I put this log here. And I just want to see what is necessary to grow mushrooms in a mycelium chunk. I might want to plant a tree there as well, actually. Let me do that. Do I have? Yeah, here we go. This new kingdom reached new heights under Shupilium I in the mid-14th century. So I'll go ahead and plant a tree. And I'm just seeing like what is conducive. Oh, there was one right there. See what's conducive for growing mushrooms in a mycelium chunk. Now, sometimes I've been reading on this, and apparently mushrooms will grow sometimes after it rains. There are certain conditions that have to be present for mycelium or for mushrooms to grow. So we'll see what happens there. But let's go home and get more food, get our copper ingots and stuff started. I did put in some additional clay working things, including an anvil mold and some other stuff. I've been doing some light terraforming around here. I don't want to do too crazy of terraforming. One of the appeals of this location is
I like how it feels, kind of mountainous and rugged, but I want it to be at least pleasant and easy enough to navigate, so I've done some work with that. Let's get these flax in, and then the rye can go there. And I guess that'll be it for now. Okay, so we're still waiting on the anvil. 10 hours on that. But we can go ahead and make our first pickaxe, hammer, and pro pick. And to do that, I'm going to put that there, and that there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get 6 pack dirt. Like so. And we'll do rammed earth. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make a row of this right up here. And that will create these little pockets that are not going to get rained out either. And so we'll go ahead, and I already have this ready to go. Go ahead and place a starting log here to get it warmed up a bit. Actually, hang on. What if I were to... Can I make bronze? Oh, sure. Can I do 200 of bronze? No, not quite. Okay. Kind of want to just do that first one.
To the south of Assyria and Mitanni was Babylon.
Fuck, okay.
After the destruction of the Old Babylonian dynasty in 1595, the region may have had a dynasty of kings in the Sealand, which ruled independently. But by 1531, Babylon...
18 and 2. Okay, that, yeah. So I'm going to do 1 bronze ingot, and the rest we'll do in this copper.
The Kassites are believed to have migrated...
And to do that, we're going to need some of this coal. Now, I found this in a ruin, and I've also been making another one here. Another set of charcoal here. I've got a little bit from earlier as well. 21 flax fibers. In addition to that, I do have flax, something else somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, I've got flax twine here. Probably go ahead and consolidate a few things. I'm going to put all my seeds together. And my gears together.
It is divided into 3 periods, Middle Elamite 1, 2, and 3, which roughly correspond to 3 dynasties which ruled over Elam. The kings of the Middle Elamite period took the title
This is not quite ready to melt yet.
The 2 most important cities of Elam, both in terms of symbolism and geopolitics. Elam may have been temporarily occupied by the Kassites in the late 1300s, and Elamite princesses married Kassite princes, and the 2 polities were closely linked, if not always amicably linked. In the years after 1200, the Elamites reached the height of their power, capturing Babylon and looting the city of much of its religious and cultural heritage.
Okay.
Each region we've surveyed tends to be studied by specialists who focus on just that region.
Go ahead and grab a bowl of this mushroom and turnip stew, which is pretty good for me right now. Definitely a food type that is not yet feeling saturated. Let's see, I'll go ahead and make the bronze into the pickaxe, obviously. Yeah. Here we go. And then we'll get ready to do a second crucible with the copper. Oh shit, I always do this. I literally always do this. Forgot to make a tongs. Please have cattails. Thank God. Okay, there's our tongs. Okay.
southern Mesopotamia. With the destruction of Yamhad of the Old Babylonian dynasty, the Hittites left a significant power vacuum in Syria and northern Mesopotamia. In this vacuum, Hanigabat began to coalesce and expand. In the Aegean, the Theran eruption rocked the Minoan world, and Minoan society was on the decline. At Mycenae, though, shaft grants A and B were in use, showing the beginning
there
of the
is our first
culture.
tool.
Cyprus was only beginning to see real urban culture, with
And I do have a little bit of food left here as well.
In Egypt, the 17th dynasty
I better just cook that. These are good for a number of days and years in this case, so I'm probably good on that.
Changes come in the late 16th century when Ahmose expels the Hyksos from Lower Egypt. He campaigned into Nubia, expanding the Egyptian rule there, as well as into the southern Levant. In Syria and
get that heated back up.
Mitanni expanded rapidly, controlling the entire Khabur Basin and the upper stretches of the Tigris and Euphrates. In Lower Mesopotamia, the Kassites secured control over Babylon and much of Lower Mesopotamia. In Anatolia, the Hittites had faced some setbacks, but Telefina restored some order temporarily, but his death around 1500 signaled the beginning of the Middle Hittite Kingdom. In the Aegean, the Mycenaeans began to be present on the island of Crete, increasingly becoming influential in the administration of the island, though Minoan cultural influence continued. In the early 15th century, Mitanni reached the zenith of its power. Idrimi was a powerful vassal in Alalak, and Mitanni controlled from Kizuwatna to Beirut to Terka. The Kassites continued to consolidate rule over southern Mesopotamia, and Elam established control over Susa and Anshan under a series of competent rulers. The Hittites faced continual attacks from Kashka and were forced into a period of contraction. The Aegean saw more cultural regionalism and increasing Mycenaean influence in the administration of Crete. Beginning in 1479, Thutmose III, the greatest conquering pharaoh in Egypt's history, became pharaoh. He expanded Egypt to its greatest extent. He fought the Battle of Megiddo against a coalition of Canaanite city-states, and even crossed the Euphrates and campaigned into Mitanni itself.
Okay, and that is not even close to being ready. And we do have a rift here, so we need to probably sleep.
The successor, Amenhotep II, established the Orontes as a border between Egypt and Mitanni that lasted for decades. In the second half of the 15th century,
boy, we need light and security around here.
With Egypt, and relations began to form. In the Aegean, Linear B first began to appear as a script used for palatial administration from Crete to the mainland. The Middle Kingdom of the Hittites finally came to an end with Tuthaliya, who defeated the Ashuan Confederacy in West Anatolia, and expanded Hittite influence again towards Syria. The 14th century saw numerous significant changes in the Near East. Egypt reached new cultural heights under Amenhotep III. By the middle of the 14th century, Amenhotep's son Akhenaten took over and instituted widely hated religious reforms and moved the capital to Amarna. Egypt became introspective and ceased their international campaigns for a time.
We might die.
See from the Amarna correspondence, the Canaanite city-states in the southern Levant fought minor wars with each other while consistently pleading ignorance and innocence to the pharaoh. In Anatolia, an ambitious and capable man took the throne named Shupil-Ayuma. Simultaneously, there was a dynastic crisis
there we go. There it is. Okay, no problem. Of course, I respawn in a place where I can't see anything. If I just go directly this way, I should hit the trader, where we can sleep safely. Oh, this sucks. I cannot see anything. Usually you have a little glow.
A warlord named Atarsiah was associated with the Mycenaeans by the Hittites and was accused of raiding and fighting Hittite vassals.
There, I can see it now.
Products are exported throughout the Eastern Mediterranean as part of elite exchanges. Akhenaten died in the 1330s, and Tutankhamun restored the traditional Egyptian cult.
Okay, we'll go ahead and sleep.
Surrounded further advancing wealth and international connections that we see during this era. In the early 13th century, Ramses the Great was pharaoh in Egypt, and he resumed Egypt's imperial ambitions. But he was matched in Mutala II, who at least...
Okay, and we wake up to news that we're going to have a temporal storm in 5.5 hours. That's great.
Years later, a peace treaty was signed between the great powers. Mutala moved the capital to Harut-Tasha as Hittite attentions increasingly turned to Syria and to the west. Arzawa had rebelled around 1300 and been fragmented
Okay, well, let's head
The Mycenaeans continued to
home.
the west and was now recognized as a great king on par with the Hittite king and the pharaoh.
Yeah, and it's even sooner now.
The latter half of the 13th
Oh,
century
and there's a
saw the
wolf.
rise of Assyria.
Probably take out the chickens I was hoping to recruit.
As Mitanni had faded. Tukulti-Ninurta ruled in the latter half of the 13th century and campaigned against Babylon. Perhaps in 1225, he may have been the king who defeated Tudor IV at Nehriya earlier in 1230. The Khazars might also have briefly occupied Elam, but
this is a nice little lake near home. Very close to our little bordered mycelium chunk. Let's see if there's any noticeable change here so far. I mean, we've got grass growing, and I hate to like keep mowing the grass, but I'm continually wanting to see what happens to this chunk, and I want to try to keep it as pure as I possibly can. The grass is going to grow whenever these soil patches fill in, so that's just natural.
We now know as the Sea Peoples. He also was the first to record a people known as Israel. In the decades leading up to 1200 and shortly thereafter, waves of destruction and abandonment hit across the Near East. The Hittites collapsed. Egypt entered a period of decline in the 20th dynasty. Cyprus lingered for a while, but ultimately it too collapsed. Destructions along the Levantine coast took their toll on the Canaanite world. Syria entered a period of decline.
Okay, so we've got our copper, but we need to reheat it because it became solidified.
Did people know that collapse was imminent? And the answer is maybe. The collapse that happened around 1200 was not immediate.
Go ahead and grab that pickaxe.
Several decades. But there's no sense in the textual or archaeological evidence that there was a protracted period of anticipation of collapse. There's no expression of
these down.
However, there are indications
okay.
immediately before the collapse, people knew something was wrong and trouble was at their door. Again, we are keeping this a summary, so we won't cover all the evidence, but there are a number of
and I can go ahead and
several of these sources are
make a second layer of that, just kind of make that look nicer. All these are ready too now, and I can probably even take out these dirt things that are no longer necessary for this construction here.
Though others suggest this may simply be an insistence that Ugarit followed through on its vassal agreement. Whatever the reason, Hammurabi declares he would be unable to help, though it's not clear if he was unable or unwilling. Another letter sent by Hammurabi, likely to the neighboring king of Amiru, is seeking a mutual defense alliance. Again, there are reasons for this beyond impending regional catastrophe, but it can also be an indication.
So we'll need the hammer, and the propic would be nice too. Okay, so we'll go ahead and switch this out, and
another letter from Cyprus is even more ominous, asking what Ugarit has done to prepare for a hostile encounter with enemies, and Ugarit ought to make itself very strong.
You need a double tall.
Fucking A.
Okay, I'm just gonna make this into it.
Suggesting the city and tribal tradition there came to a sudden end. The two separate tablets use a chronological marker of in the year when hordes besieged the city. So perhaps the end was sudden but not unexpected. What exactly the term hordes here means isn't clear, and to whom it refers is even less clear. Some have suggested it refers to Arameans, but there was a known term used by Ymar for Arameans, so why not just use that term? Hurrians has also been suggested, but this also has weaknesses as an explanatory solution. It may be that this was just a term that was used to refer to a novel threat which was threatening the city, and perhaps the one that ultimately destroyed the city around 1187.
Okay, we have a storage vessel that we'll add to these, what we found. And we've got the anvil mold, which I'm just going to put here for now. And I'm going to put these up here for now.
At Pylos, there are records that some scholars see as indicative of preparing for a crisis. In the tablet JN829 seems to record the recycling of bronze from a temple and being distributed to several workshops across the region to repurpose into weapons. Now, this interpretation has been challenged on several fronts. However, other scholars suggest this as a response to a threat, a need for weapons so urgent that they took from the gods. Other tablets from Pylos describe a group of watchers, which is usually interpreted as a kind of coast guard. Again, this may have been normative, but it may also be in response to an increase in raiding or a more sustained seaborne threat. Pylos was burned, after all. Scholars have also examined the economic tablets from places like Pylos, but also other sites, and suggest prior to their final destruction, some of these sites faced significant economic pressures that they were ostensibly unable to sustain. The textual evidence is, again, not definitive, but suggestive that the kingdoms of the Late Bronze Age were reacting to an increasingly unstable world.
That's nice. They keep adding things that you can make piles out of in the game, which is super amazing. Okay, so now to get ready for this temporal storm, we don't have armor, so that probably means our best bet is to hide, more or less. I guess we could just go to the trader hut. The thing is, I kind of want these tools. I guess I have that already. Make a shovel real quick.
Especially at Ugarit, the bearing of wealth was done with the intention of returning, suggesting foreknowledge of insecurity but confidence in the outcome, even if that confidence was wrong. We aren't going to talk about the Bronze Age collapse, at least not now. And that's because while the Late Bronze Age is often remembered for how it ended,
that is a big cave right over here.
And this was a world built on
I'm kind of curious. Oh boy. Ooh, that's quite a drop, but I'm very curious about this big cave. Now this cave here I've looked at, it appears to be mostly quartz, right up there. But let me just take a peek in this cave. I don't think I've really looked in there yet. And now that I'm here waiting for this temporal storm, I might as well take a peek at... Ooh, that is one fishy pond. Look at all those fish. That's cool. I do have the primitive survival mod. I could certainly be fishing for food right now too. Okay, we've got a shiver already, so I'm gonna go ahead and avoid that. And we're just gonna head on down to the trader. Try to hold out there. Yeah, there's the pig that I was referencing earlier, by the way, off to the left there. I saw it barely. Unfortunately, we are a bit far from the trader still.
Since I joined the fandom some 8 to 10 years ago. Ancient Andals theory, as I like to refer to it, has been around in some form for a while, and although I consider it sort of a shadow arch nemesis to my own Great Empire of the Dawn theory, I've never really taken it on directly. So if you're interested in my take on that, my effort to...
Okay, so we've got a fairly safe place to ride out this temporal storm.
And I say this all in good fun, of course.
So let's see what happens.
I'll attempt to lay out my best case for why I think the Andal conquest happened when it did and how we can know that. Now, I do want to say that I have come to like the Andals a good bit more after doing all this research, and also researching the Anglo-Saxon history that George is again riffing off of, because I realized that...
I'm going to go ahead and get a drink real quick from the kitchen. I'll be right back in IRL.
Somewhere in the video, catch you by surprise. Anyways, thanks for clicking on this video, and let's get started. potential motivation is the sort of
Okay, I'm back.
pertaining to Hugor Hill having a vision of a golden land amidst towering mountains, as it is recorded in Seven-Pointed Stars.
I see no drifters out there.
And also their oldest book or
Oh,
set of
shit.
writings.
I guess one was right on top of the cart.
Manifest destiny type legend, the kind of thing that is written to give a higher purpose to the actions of a leader or people.
I wouldn't mind getting a temporal gear or two. I gotta be careful though.
Of the veil simply being a ripe target, as rich as it is beautiful, yet relatively thinly people, as we are told. The Maesters suggest that perhaps that was why the first Andal invaders chose to land there when they crossed the narrow sea beneath the banners of their gods. So both of these answers are essentially the same. The Andal kings and warlords may have invaded the veil because it was rich.
I'm getting hit with these stones quite regularly.
To anyone is fairly immaterial. Either way, the motive is the richness. So the second potential.
Well, this is not going well. I certainly don't really have the ability to fight more than basically one of these guys at a time.
So the Maesters say after the fall of Gis in the 5th Giscari War, which took place approximately 5,000 years ago, the Valyrians began, quote, a great surge of conquest and colonization. Apparently the Rhoynar, who had something of a working truce with Valyria in those days, were functioning as something of a buffer zone between the Andals and the Valyrians, right up until the point where Valyria began building colonies and cities and towns on the Rhoyne itself. So as they moved up the river and, more importantly, across the river to the west side, the Andals began to feel threatened, and the Maesters even think that there may have been some skirmishes and battles at this time. They ultimately conclude with this account. So it is likely the Andals chose to flee rather than face the
It'd be nice if I could get the drifters fighting themselves.
They retreated to the Axe, the lands from which they had sprung, and when that did not protect them, they retreated farther north and west until they came to the sea.
Oh well.
Some might have given up there and surrendered to their fate, and others still might have made their last stand, but many and more made ships and sailed in great numbers across the narrow sea to the lands of the first men in Westeros. This version of the story has the feel of a kind of desperate flight, almost as desperate as that of the Rhoynar, who of course would flee the wrath of the Dragon Lords a couple of eons later. So here the Andals are being driven back up the river and all the way back to their homeland at the Axe, and then back west all the way to the ocean, where they either swim or die. So sounds very dramatic, and maybe it went down like that, or maybe I suspect it was something like a slower, less dramatic version of that, where the gradual expansion of Valyria put pressure on the Andal warlords and chieftains, who eventually did hear about a fairer land across the sea and decided to go ahead and skedaddle out of the warpath of Valyria. Because, as it turns out, migration is a key part of original Andal culture.
Alright, well I'm just gonna wait for this storm to be over. We're just gonna have to accept that we're not gonna get a temporal gear.
Originated in the lands of the Axe, east and north of where Pentos now lies, though they were for many centuries a migratory people who did not remain in one place for long. From the heartlands of the Axe, a great spur of land is surrounded on all sides.
Okay, we do have one dead one here.
They traveled south and west to carve out Andalos, the ancient realm the Andals ruled before they crossed the narrow sea. Andalos stretched from the
Yeah, I
Axe
did get a
to what
couple
is now
shots
the
in here.
Rosian coastlands, and south as far as the flatlands and the Velvet Hills. The Andals brought iron weapons with them.
Okay, I got a second dead one there.
The tribes that inhabited those lands could do.
See if I can
Was the Hairy Men. Their name is lost, but they are still remembered.
let's see if any of these stick around after the storm ends.
The World of Ice and Fire in their section on the grasslands suggests that the Andal migration may have begun even further away than the Axe. So in that section about Sarnor and the Fisher Queens, they say that
Okay, the storm's over officially. And we do have this one body. A couple of remaining drifters over here, it looks like two. Probably go ahead and take this fight now.
People always have to come from somewhere, so yeah, maybe the pre-Andals, if you will, may have come from the Silver Sea. So
Go
getting
with
back to the
tainted.
topic of the Andals being a migratory people, I think it really helps to key into the real history that George is working off of here. Because the
Okay.
Andals, Saxons, and Jutes who eventually invaded and conquered Britain
Nice.
were originally Germanic tribes.
Definitely will take the gear.
Tend to be fairly mobile. For
Alright.
example, the story of the
One thing we could definitely do, theoretically, is get a some linen. That's 7 gears though. That's 5 gears. That's way more affordable. We'll see. Either way though, I'm gonna go ahead and move along. Okay, so we'll head back. Actually, let's find a copper. I mean, I could get this tin deposit first, I suppose. Here's copper down here is probably the closest. Or there's copper right over here. Let's get this tin and this copper.
Smaller villages as opposed to larger towns. So if they want to migrate, there's really not a whole lot to leave behind, if you will. There's no huge castle that they're attached to, or no series of highly irrigated fields like in Mesopotamia that they would have been attached to. So yeah, they can just pick up and move. So it seems to be the same.
Let's see, where is this guy? Still up here a bit. Yeah, so that temporal storm went fine. We just chickened out and hid most of it. Okay, so here is where that tin would be. So I'll just go ahead and dig down until I find it. Here it is. It's poor quality, which is pretty expected. Should be a little contiguous little circle disc place kind of thing. And this will be a good start to the Bronze Age. Probably not enough, yeah, almost certainly not enough to get me the anvil that I'm going to need, but probably enough to really get me going, okay, with a handful of bronze tools. So we'll be very quickly through the Copper Age. It's tempting to come back here with a prospector's pick. Let me just poke around a little bit more. It's worth it if I get just even a little bit more bronze, or tin. Even a single additional block of it would be useful. This is, I mean, if I had a pro pick, I could probably avoid having to do this. We haven't really gotten a lot of granite yet, though, so this is kind of a good thing for the prospect of getting some cobblestone going. Yeah, so probably doesn't look like there's any more tin down here. Okay, so with what we have, we'll go ahead and move on. Okay, there is our tin deposit. I'll go ahead and mark that as exploited. And then we'll go over to this copper one. And of course, they also summoned their friends, the Angles and the Jutes, over from Jutland, which is of course the Denmark Peninsula. And by the way, that's just right up here. Like the axe, so maybe that's a geography map reference. But yeah, the Saxons got that foothold. They called their friends over, and the rest is history. And so, as we read through the Andal history, okay, so this was like literally right on this edge, as I recall. I don't mind getting a little bit of gravel too. That can be used to make a few things. It can be used to pan. It can be used for that fanned gravel, which I'm very fond of as a building block. Alright, let's go down like this a little bit here. I'm having trouble finding this one. There it is. Okay, here we go. There. Yes, modest Corwin Corbray. That's what they called him. He's only Lord of the Five Fingers, not King of the Fingers. So, you know, real salt of the earth kind of guy. And as we can see, this went about. Yeah, this might be a drearily small deposit. You're gonna have to be careful. Yep, I was worried about that. Oh, and there goes our torch as well. So that's not great.
Doofus first band kings invited the Andals over and paid them in gold and showed them how rich their lands were and also friendly people. I have seen a vision from the Lord, might have joked modest Orin Corbray, Lord of the Five Fingers.
Well, we'll get a little bit here, but not nearly enough to make it
beholding its richness and fingering the hilt of his dread
great.
steel sword, Lady Forlorn. And speaking of modest Orin Corbray, that brings us to our
Any more that we can find?
The trivia question, the one about which Valyrian steel sword was the first to arrive in Westeros. So we are told that most of the Valyrian steel owned by the lords of the Seven Kingdoms floated to Westeros in the century or two preceding the doom.
No, I think that might be it. I mean, we'll come back maybe, but this one's very disappointing. I think this one just spawned weird because it was on the edge of a gravel pit and a river. I mean, it's conceivable that there's some deeper, and I'm open to exploring that at some point. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and make this pink so I know it's been partly exploited. Let's go over to this one now. This one I'm much more enthused about. Look at all these chickens. Definitely should get some chickens up and running. You can get chickens early in this game, but you know, it's kind of easier, I suppose, in order to breed them anyway, you need to get boards, which means you need to get a saw first, which we don't yet have.
We'll get to that very shortly. Okay. This suggests that the Andals did have some contact with the Valyrians while still in Andalos. Some Corbray ancestor, or perhaps some other Andal, must have fought Lady Forlorn from the Valyrians while they were still there, or perhaps somebody may have even won it from a Valyrian in a battle. Maybe one of those skirmishes between the Andals and the Valyrians that the
Okay, so we're starting to get some cobblestone there too, which we'll use back home.
Pretty likely to have been the first Valyrian steel sword in Westeros, not counting Dawn, of course, which is like Valyrian steel but seems to have a more mysterious origin. I would suggest with the Great Empire of the Dawn, but yeah, Dawn is kind of its own thing. So the first official Valyrian steel sword in Westeros probably was Lady Forlorn. And while all Valyrian steel swords have pretty cool names, Nightfall is one of my favorites, Lady Forlorn might be the most badass. The lady only comes out when she has thirst, you know, a thirst for blood. This also means that the Andal conquest of Westeros
Let me just check. Well,
have taken place
almost certainly this is a red herring, but I do like to check for Swevite impact. Yeah, it's definitely a red herring on that one.
Actually, this piece of information establishes a potential early estate for Valyrian steelmaking. We do know that Valyria arose after the Long Night and not before. So yeah, the Andals couldn't have left Andalos until after.
Oh boy, that one hurt. That hurt a lot.
So our other first man, King Vortigern, if you will,
1 second.
was a king by the name of Osgood Shet, third of his name, ruler of Goldtown. We are told that this Osgood Shet claimed the ancient, vainglorious title King of the True Men, a style that supposedly went back 10,000 years to the Dawn Age. So this is a great parallel to King Vortigern. He was essentially a warlord, styling himself as King of the Britons, whose rule not everyone accepted.
And I should grab some peat as well. Let's grab a stack at least of it while we're here.
So, yeah, and whether he existed or not specifically, people like him did exist. So, anyway, here is the setup with Osgood Shet, King of the True Men. The Shets of Goldtown have a long-running feud with their neighbors, the Bronze Kings of Runestone, from which House Royce descends, and you can see how close they are here. They really, really are neighbors. A fellow called Yorwick Royce VI claims the runic crown of Royce kingship.
Okay, and here is where this one was.
King for 3 years, and he's been sticking it to the Shets in several battles in the No Man's Land
Man,
between the two castles.
wish I wouldn't have let my torch go out.
Is secure from attack, but Osgood doesn't like losing all the territory outside of his castle. And that is when Osgood Shet makes the huge mistake of hiring Andal warlords from Andalos. Most glaringly, this was after the Shell and Brightstone debacle. Remember, beheaded, tortured, burned alive in his own long haul. But Osgood Shet,
this looks like a way better deposit. So this actually might be enough to get us, you know, I'm not going to say to the Iron Age, but definitely pretty good in that direction. Still going strong.
According to the rights of the 7 Seven grant him victory. Then he sallied forth with his Andal allies to meet the Bronze King. King Osgood won his victory as it happened, but he himself did not survive the battle, and afterward
A little dark, I know for you. It's dark for me too, but we'll be done just here in a second. Give me a little indulgence here. Let's finish out.
Dispossessing the younger Shet and confining him to his bedchamber until such time as he had gotten Sir Gerald's daughter with child, after which the father vanishes from the pages of history. When Goldtown rose against him, King Gerald put down the protest brutally, and soon the gunners of the town ran red with the blood of the first men, and women and children as well. The dead were thrown into the bay to feed the crowds.
Okay, I think that basically is it. Don't know where the entry hole is. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, it's getting dark out too. It's not what you want. And you don't have a torch. Okay, I think that's good enough though for mining. Now we'll go ahead and make haste for home. There's a wolf there. I gotta be careful.
Tax policy was so, despite the barbarity and potential treachery of this takeover, what we see when we zoom out is that Gerald Grafton's future child
I'd really like to get this deer's meat.
And so too for the children of his daughter, who was gotten with child by the younger usurped Prince Shet.
I do have a ruin marked here. It must be in one of these. Probably in the cave up there. Should I? It is 8 o'clock. It is getting very dark and late. I really shouldn't.
But genetically, they're going to be half First Men and half Andal, and that's going to be the case in most of these places around the Seven Kingdoms. And by the way, this is also exactly how the British history unfolded. And in fact, it's typical of history in general, and George uses this all over the place. So, for example,
what is it down there?
The bastard half-brother of Aegon the
No, it's probably up here.
He defeated Argilac Durrandon, the last Storm King, then married his daughter, took the Durrandon castle and sigil and regalia for his own, and presto, there you go. House Baratheon is born, but they're just going to be half Durrandon, and culturally, all the way Durrandon. So, yeah, sometimes the culture shift goes.
Where's this cave that I was seeing?
Intermarriage is how the ties are bound, because after periods of war and chaos,
right here somewhere?
People are always eager to return to some kind of peace and normalcy. So quite often you'd have these marriage alliances between former.
I know there's a cave somewhere over here. I saw it, didn't I?
Invaders or conquerors are intending to stay and rule, and not just pillage.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Marrying the son or daughter of the old line of kings is, of course, how you confirm.
Oh well, I think I saw a entry here. Is it by any chance down here?
I myself am a YouTuber. It's much safer. And so, returning to the question of what was
this is gonna get really dark really fast. Okay, I'm gonna need a light before I do the caves. I just figured, what if there's a powerful equipment or something? You know, it'd be super convenient, but we gotta take what we can get. Here's another cave entrance. One nice thing about this Rivers mod, I think it is what causing this. There's all these cave entrances. I think it's also because I put the world height up and cranked up the upheaval a bit, but I'm getting a lot more horizontal entrance caves.
Exactly the land that Shell and Brightstone were contesting over. Remember, they were trying to be the king of the fingers. It definitely does say that kings Shell and Brightstone did pay and the warlords.
I very nearly put my castle right over across the way here on this spit of land.
So perhaps there were no Andals on the fingers yet until they reached
or I guess it would be over there on that tall area, but I ended up putting it just over here a bit.
Now it may still be that the Valyrians were putting pressure on the Andals, and in fact, none of these potential motivations for the migration.
Ooh, there's some interesting things over here though.
So eager to come over to Westeros once they
I know you can't see anything. I can barely see.
Was it purely because the Vale was fat and rich, or was it that plus this looming shadow of Valyrian expansion? I would guess that it was probably a little bit of both, but it does seem that the kings Shell, Brightstone, and Shet, Osgood Shet,
okay, so there's a big ruin area here. I don't think I've exploited it yet. But I really do need to be going
also began
Back
with
home, ASAP, there's a wolf.
inviting the Saxons over and paying them to fight their rivals. Makes it very likely that George is in fact trying to recreate a similar dynamic here with these first man kings, and that this is how the Andal invasion started. The other factor
If I were to come across a trader, I would probably sleep there.
Possessing maritime capability.
Okay, but I think I'm really close to home. This is the lake. I think the lake near my home. We'll see a light coming from this mountain. Yeah, we're basically there. Here's our mycelium experiment chunk.
Historians agree that their impact was less here than in any of the other southern kingdoms. Unlike the first men, the Andals were seafarers, and the more adventurous of their captains knew the Dornish coasts well, and were wont to say that there was naught to be found there but snakes, scorpions, and sand. Small wonder then that comparatively few of the invaders bent their oars southward when there were richer, greener lands far closer at hand, just across the narrow sea from Andalos itself. Alright, so this is pretty interesting. Presumably these more adventurous Andal captains are sailing.
Still can't see. I really could use some light.
Perhaps even to raid the coastal settlements of the
Should be getting close to seeing that home light. Okay, there it is. Thank God. Thank God. Okay.
Sailing all over the place, and certainly all over the narrow sea. So the Andals definitely would have had some knowledge of the Vale, the Stormlands, and the Riverlands, etc., before the actual invasion. They may well have had some contacts in Westeros.
Okay.
That's what happens when you trade. And after all, Kings Shell and Brightstone know to send over to Andalos.
Pop those seeds in.
Because they knew they were there. Because they knew of their
pop the dirt in there. I'll pop this gravel in. Okay, so now I'll put this peat down. And we'll grab this as a snacky snack. How's that doing? That's 1.9 days in that. That is 3 days, so I guess I'll eat this first.
So, I don't know. I'm just trying to present my argument. I hope you guys will watch it and enjoy it and make up your minds for yourselves.
Okay, let's go ahead and sleep.
Alright, part 2, second half. So guys, one thing I do want to make clear, I'm not actually debunking anyone's videos. I didn't watch all the ancient Andal videos that are out there and address all their arguments.
Okay, so looks like we have some carrots that are ready here, which is nice. Let's get the hammer and that. I will also go ahead and now let's pop these. Alright. Grab these sticks now. Go ahead and grab these up, and let's make use of all of these now. So we can go ahead and start a bronze. I mean, if I can get a bronze anvil right away, that'd be great. 1, 2, so that's 60. So I need like 540. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. If I put this in with that, yeah, that would ruin it. Okay, let's make the 700 bronze. And we will need a bit more tin. Boy. You know, I think I might just go directly for bronze. I really do.
It is said that the Valyrians learned the art from them as well, although the Valyrians eventually surpassed them.
Okay, so...
Alright, so according to the Maesterly chronology, Rhoynish civilization is already great by the time the Andals are migrating across northwestern Essos to eventually reach what would become Andalos. Part of the evidence supporting that conclusion is this fact that older Rhoynish outposts...
Go ahead and grab our charcoal that we made in a prior incident. This is a pretty good outcome. These are full stacks. That's surprising that I got full stacks here. Usually you do not get charcoal this efficiently. This is a really efficient charcoal burn. is fantastic. I mean, these look like nearly nearly full stacks of charcoal. Go ahead and grab that one, and this one. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now,
so far, this history all fits together pretty well. The Andals seem to have moved into Andalos after the Rhoynish civilization was already established, and after the land that would become Andalos was already populated with other native inhabitants that, of course, the Andals
get a nice little pile of charcoal there.
At some point early in their history, the Andals
Let that keep cooking. I guess what I'll probably want to do, we may want to go ahead and make one more pickaxe of bronze, I suppose, and then the rest can go into the anvil mold. I'm going to go ahead and light this torch. God damn it.
But that simply doesn't line up with the rest of this SOC history that we've been given. So one other note on the chronology real quick. You'll notice that I'm not often using numbered dates, but rather talking about when events took place in relation to one another. That's because the oldest reliable date for anything seems to be that 5th Giscari War, which took place around 5,000
the last of our meal there.
Landmark event that was attested to by multiple cultures, including the literate Giscari and the literate Valerians, with the Maesters again having
that should be good enough for that.
history and being well.
Okay, so a couple things. First of all, we did come across this rune. I'm going to go ahead and mark that on the map. Somehow I hadn't noticed that, even though it's really close to my home. We also exploited partially this one. We finished exploiting this one. I usually black these out when we finish exploiting them. Actually, I usually gray them out.
Because her name is thought to be Aran, the logic goes that perhaps that's a clue that the Andals were already here 6,000 years ago. But the more obvious conclusion is, like many other myths that the Maesters talked about, the Arans Andalized it after they got there. This happened with the building of Storm's End. 7 times you tried to build the castle. This is an obvious Andalization of the early myth.
Let's go ahead and get these carrots harvested and something with a different nutrient preference planted. This is nice. That one's not ready yet. It is good to have crops grown though. It is much better for your food situation to have this much good food ready to go. Okay, there's that.
This is referred to briefly in the world of Ice and Fire, but is not often discussed in the family. One issue that plagues all studies of the ancient records is how
let's see here.
cultures reckon days and seasons and years. Archmaester Walgrim's great work.
So I can definitely plant the turnips and
but there is little consensus
the rye.
The dates we have actually mean.
And yeah, I can plant all these. Cool. These are all in crops, so they'll grow nicely where the carrots had been growing. Okay, let's check other crops real quick. Some turnips are getting there. These are all good moisture. It is raining after all, though. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, and that's ready there as well. There's a little trick you can do by never placing that in your actual hand directly. You can hold this. Now, I'm going to do one unit here and the rest in the anvil mold. So this will be 600. We're going to need not that much more. 300 more bronze. And I do run the risk of not finding tin quickly and thereby kind of screwing myself out of you know, out of a good arrangement there. But let me come down here and open up this cave real quick. I haven't been down here basically since I moved in. I don't have armor yet. I could get maybe some cloth armor or something going. And we're not that far from having a saw and therefore beginning leatherworking, but it's going to be a while until the leatherworking results in enough leather for armor. Okay, so we have bismuth in the area, and that's about it. Wow, this opens up to this cave. That's interesting. This is a double cave now. This one, I think, ends with a block. Yeah. Okay. But this one goes down a ways. And I don't see any enemies so far. So maybe I can go down deeper than I usually go and see what's down here. It's very dangerous without armor. Oh god, oh god, oh god. God, those guys scare the fuck out of me. Oh, I hate that. Oh, man. That's why we don't like to go into caves without armor. Now, I could make primitive, like, wood armor. It's kind of a pain in the ass. It's kind of, I would argue, more expensive than it's worth. But, yeah. I think we're going to have to, there's nothing good mineral-wise right here anyway. Instead referring to accounts of the Long Night from the ancient Roinar, Yitish, Shai, and of course the First Man. Alright, we're back. Suggests that what we would call Andal culture functionally did not exist at the time of the Long Night. At this point, their ancestors were probably somewhere in the grasslands, with the cultural identity of Andal being centuries off in the future. That cohesive go ahead and delete that. I guess what we'll do, I mean, there's copper there. I also did find another tin source. Where is it? Way over here somewhere. It's over here. Where is it? Right here. And by the way, I found something weird here. I'm not sure if it's a better ruin or if it's a story event. Let's see. There's something there, and then there's definitely tin here. But I don't know. I'd rather find it a lot closer. That's quite a trip. Let's just kind of look around, maybe poke around in some nearby caves, and just kind of see what we get. We're at 11 o'clock. Let me, oh god. Oh shit. Where is it? It came out of there right the second I unplugged that. Okay, well, we're just gonna leave. I can't deal with him right now. So, speaking of the Age of Heroes, the Maesters say, the tales we have now are the work of Septons and Maesters writing thousands of years after the fact. Okay, so let's just do some prospecting today. Let's take a look at our mycelium chunk and see if there's any progress on mycelium growth or mushroom growth, and I see none. I see a wolf in the background around the left. But absolutely no sign of mycelium. This would be all the more true of the Andal conquest, that the written records of the Andals passed down through time to the Maesters could be verified to some extent by physical evidence and these runic inscriptions. So they'd find inscriptions that attest to the invasion of the Andals. They'd probably talk about what First Man kings may have ruled during the invasion. Okay, so we've gotten our way out of the rain here too, which is nice. What we really need is like a cave. Now, if you look on your map, you can usually tell a cave by looking for these white marks. White usually is just a symbol that at the surface there's an opening kind of thing. So let's go over here and do a prospect. For example, the Andal invaders didn't clash with
with any Casterlys of the Rock, but rather a King Tybolt Lannister, the Thunderbolt. And the Maesters think this occurred thousands of years after the Lannisters had supplanted the Casterlys. Now, they do, of course, mention that Lan the Clever himself may have been an early pre-conquest Andal adventurer. And that could actually be true, because remember, some of the more adventurous Andal captains were already sailing around Dorne to the Westerlands before the invasion. So, yeah, Lan the Clever could be an Andal, and if he's not an Andal, he's probably from the Great Empire of the Dawn. Either one could actually work there, but the point is that this would be a one-off. This is long before the Andal conquest, because when the conquest happened in truth, the Andals met Lannister kings who had already been consolidating their power and growing wealthy for centuries. And on it goes.
And we'll do a third
the Andals met
right
the
here.
fabled last king of House Mud, Christopher IV, the Hammer of Justice.
Okay, and we've got decent Considerate. That did not take long to find tin. Okay, so in that light, in that vein, what we're going to do is simply do a node search here, and then we're just going to slowly descend and creep around and see if we can find a good tin node. There is none there. I am so terrified of getting accosted by Bowtorn. Okay, none there.
Alright, so before the Muds, there may have been 3 or more dynasties in the Riverlands.
Okay, we do have Locust, it looks like.
Blackwood, House Bracken, and perhaps some other that's lost to memory. This ancient historical record that the Maesters refer to called Annals of the Rivers, which is apparently from some ancient sept, presumably a ruined sept called
That's too bad.
Well, this would
Not
be
sure I'm able to take these Locusts on right now.
Found in the sept, after all. So this is a written record from early in the days of the Andal conquest, and the earlier first
I can two-shot them at least.
Would have been oral history that the first men would have given to these first
It might be okay.
in the Riverlands. Thus, it seems pretty reliable insofar as it is telling us that a lot of Riverlands history went down before the Andals invaded and, unfortunately, defeated good old Christopher IV, Hammer of Justice, in his 100th battle, apparently. Had 99 victories and then a problem with the last one. Then we have the Stormlands, which was ruled by Eric Durndon the VIII, called Eric the Unready. Gosh, guess what happened here? But it was actually his grandson, Carlton Durndon II, who was the first Durndon.
Okay, I did get unfortunately, a positive result there. So we know there's 10 down here in this cave. Unfortunately, it's just too dangerous, and I don't have enough health and absolutely no armor. It is conceivable I could dig a little side path like this. And then what we can do, well, I guess I can just use this. And then I think if I just kind of went down like this, it would essentially get me pretty close. Not great to hear the noises of the enemy right outside, though. The question is this worth it for 10? And I think the answer might be yes.
So it's the same story in the Iron Islands and the Reach, where the arrival of the Andals intersects with their local history.
Let's see here. If I can just get down here a little bit further and do a probe and get the trace amount reading on the probe here. Nothing yet. Alright, let's try this here.
If I was looking for things, which I am, that may cut against all the evidence I've already presented, I might take a look
and
at
nothing there.
That first man kings apparently went seeking for the aid of the children of the forest to help them fight the Andals. Just as the last hero
We'll try it a little bit further down here.
Fight against the others. Those kings who
nothing there.
Were the
Okay, let's keep working our way down. Probably not the right move. And I'm probably just wasting durability on my pick and risking, you know, pretty dicey fight. But if it pays off, it pays off. Okay, nothing there. How far are we from the cave opening? Let me get a sense for it by going back up here.
Perhaps these seemingly newer stories about seeking out the children to fight the Andals are actually the same as the last hero legend, just scrambled up a bit in time and place, and perhaps this indicates that the Andals were present when the last hero was seeking out
was that?
from the children against the others. That doesn't really
Oh,
make
I'm hungry.
sense, though, to
Shit.
me, both because that's just a lot to be happening all at one time, and
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna come back when we have food and maybe some healing, because I just don't want to die. But I don't really think I'm that far off though from where I was digging down there. So, but we're gonna have to come back for that 10 later. Maybe arm up with some more spears and maybe some armor.
So what makes a lot more sense to me is that these God-fearing kings.
But it is nice to know that there's 10 nearby, at the very least. And it doesn't have to be from this cave here either. It could be from a different cave. Absolutely. I'm gonna look for some food in the field rather than go all the way back. Right now, here we go. Thank God. Okay.
Maybe the children will help us. We also know that the first men fought together with the children of the forest
Is this raccoon dead?
against the Andals, losing in a
Oh
great
shit.
bloody
Oh shit.
battle where all those weirwoods were chopped down.
Well, that's why the raccoon's dead.
Sadly. And that's why I'm wearing my tree chopping shirt. Congratulations if you put that together already. So in other words, this was just something that was happening at this time. First
okay,
men and
so
forest aligning together to fight the Andals.
let's see. So this is where the Considerate was. We could try some of this stuff and see if there's any good 10 easily accessible in any of these holes. Okay, there's a Bowthorn. I guess I'll just do a real quick probe. This is be a miracle if I get any reading here. Yeah, didn't think so, but I can't risk the Bowthorn. He could one-shot me right now. Oops, there he is. I could try and get a little healing going. In fact, I think that's not a bad idea. But here's the ruins from the other day. Go ahead and have these berries while I'm out here. Okay. Well, at least our hunger bar is full. Okay, let's get these at least. Man, these rifts are everywhere lately. Yeah, we don't even have a shovel right now, so kind of sucks. But we do really want these because I don't have bees yet, and I could get bees pretty easily. I have bees on the map, I know. Alright, let's get this. Oh, good food. That's also really nice. I guess we should really find... Yeah, here we go. I'll get 4 of these, and then we'll get some cattails. I always forget which one you need more of. Is it 4 and 2? So it's 4 to 2. So I need 2 cattails, or yeah, that's fine. That's good enough for my healing. Some poke around here for a little bit more bony soil.
Associated with the Hammer of the Waters. It might be built of oily black stone, and simply, it might have been the original castle, the first Night's Watch, or it might have been built by the Squishers, or maybe the Great Empire of the Dawn. No one seems to think the Krendokmen built it, even though they're the ones who live in the swamp. And we'll take a look at all of these ideas and theories and tell you what we do or don't know about also my favorite place in Westeros, Moat Cailin.
Okay, so we got a shovel now. And I was gonna just poke around maybe a little bit for bony soil, but probably got most of the obvious bits of it. Let me, where's this other... Well, let me just peek down here. Gotta make some ladders.
Let's take a look at the two detailed descriptions of Moat Cailin. This first one that we'll quote comes from the Catelyn chapter of Game of Thrones, as Robb's army is marching south. And then we'll compare some of these lines to Theon's description of Moat Cailin from A Dance with Dragons as we go along. Just beyond, through the mists, she glimpsed the walls and towers of Moat Cailin, or what remained.
Okay, also very high considerate here, which is excellent. Even better than the decent that we found earlier. Minuscule hematite, which is interesting. We're gonna need to start thinking about iron. Let's go ahead and get a node search going here. And nothing there. You know, you don't usually get it quite this close to the surface. Not that I know the stats on this or anything, but. Okay, let me try.
Like a man about to spew a belly full of wine into the gutter, and the tall, slender children's tower, where legend said the children of the forest had once called their nameless gods to send the hail of waters headlong.
Nothing there. I think I might be well advised to peek down here. I didn't heal yet though, so this could well be a very dangerous trip.
A crofter, if you didn't know, and I had to look this up, is a type of farmer. So a crofter's cottage basically just means
oh, we've got a ruin here too.
Now consider what's small for a house is very big for a piece of solid rock. That's right. That's true. It's true. So Theon, when he visits Moat Cailin in A Dance with Dragons, he thinks to himself that these are blocks of black basalt so large it must once have taken 100 men to hoist them into place, and that's 100 men to hoist each block. Just to give you an idea. So, a cottage-sized block of black basalt is a megalith. It's incredibly heavy, and this entire fortress seems to have been built from these megaliths. Chiefly, this curtain wall and all the towers.
He's running from me, okay.
But also, even the interior of the castle, such as this table that we'll talk about later, is built from the same black stone. Now, we don't know for certain whether the curtain wall really did stand 80 feet tall, as
Drifters can climb ladders, they just don't have to do so. And so I'm going to go ahead and kind of take comfort that I'm relatively secure from this guy here. This is nice, okay. I'll take the beeswax for sure. Tempted to take the bed. Let me just peek in here and see what else they got. This would be nice.
What, the curtains? No, not the damn curtains, lad. All that you can see stretched out over the hills and valleys of this land. This will be your kingdom, lad. But nimble, lad. I'm nimble. Yes, nimble.
Oh, an irrigation vessel. That's from Primitive Survival.
Listen, lad.
Okay, I think I vaguely recognize this. Oh, chandelier with a candle. I'd really like that. There's tapestry. There's a lore tapestry. Well, I'll have to come back. Let's mark this. Alright, we're gonna have to head home. Anyway. This would be handy.
Hey guys, post-production, chilling on the couch, chilling out here, and yes, that was not the original audio from the Monty Python clip. See, what had happened was, I made an original video with the original Monty Python clip, but that sank into the copyright swamp. So I made an edit, made a second video, that sank into the copyright swamp. So I made a third video, and yes, it burned down, fell over, and sank into the just got Monty Python
Come back
sketch
to that later.
with, well,
I probably should try to get this
change the accents a little.
Pony Soil.
You got the essence of the scene. Anyway, back to my previously recorded video, which assumes that you have just
Here's
watched
another one.
the actual Monty Python.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for indulging me.
This is beautiful.
It is daft to build a castle in a swamp. I mean, you heard the story. The guy had to try 4 times, which is almost as many as during God's grief. Oh,
Noble
that's
shirt.
right. This Monty Python sketch is, in fact, part of George's influence for during God's grief having to have built 7 castles.
God damn it, I don't have any room. I'm gonna.
to get one. And honestly,
Tough
the
choice
guy
there.
kinda
Leather
sounds
body
like
armor.
during God's grief, if you think
Why
about
is
it.
this not
It's
showing
about
up on
right
my
time.
character?
But I built it all the same. Now, Monty Python
I'm not
aside,
sure.
it would certainly be extremely hard, if not impossible, to
I don't
build
need
a
that
castle
copper
the
one.
size
Okay.
of Moat Cailin
Well,
without
we'll come back for more
maintenance in the
later.
middle of a bog. Therefore, Moat Cailin was almost
Can I set this on
certainly
the ground?
built before things turned swampy around here. And by here,
No.
I mean the neck, which is a huge marshland slash bog.
Okay, well, we'll come back for all this
which
later.
straddles the entire waste of Westeros.
This is a really good find.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make the swamp sound so sexy. I mean, maybe it's a mirror swamp. So the swamp.
Okay, I need to kill this guy.
Is associated with the Hammer of the Waters. I didn't bring my hammer today.
Oh god, oh god,
But hopefully
oh god.
you watched the Hammer of the Waters.
Oh, he got me.
And even if you didn't, you just heard in the Catelyn quote that the Hammer of the Waters supposedly
That
was
sucks.
called down by the children to flood the
And I
Neck.
even had armor.
Theon observes the children's tower at
Okay, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna beeline for home and then take a sleep real quick. And then we're gonna go. Oh, you know what? I just realized I could have done the carry-on mod. Gotten everything. God damn it. That was a wolf, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Beautiful moon tonight. Full moon.
That broke the Arm of Dorne and flooded the Neck, or whether or not those were 2 separate attempts at dropping a hammer. But either way, these events are all supposed to have taken place in the Dawn Age.
I mean, I could have just gone to the wagon and slept there.
From that long ago is pretty sketchy. I mean, Cold Hands.
Tons of raccoons. Oh, we've got a pig on this side. I didn't realize there was going to be a pig there.
That's a dating old things in Westeros joke.
There's
Anyway,
a fox.
the simple idea that the Hammer of the Waters was some kind of
And there's a
major
rift.
environmental disaster involving flooding and sea level rise and earthquakes. It seems
I'm
to
just
have
getting
taken place
clobbered in
thousands
this
of
game.
years ago.
I haven't had this much trouble staying alive in Vintage Story in a minute.
So these legends probably have some truth to them. And clearly we can say that massive flooding did happen here because again, you can't build a mega.
By the way, even without the extra info mod, you can toggle chunk boundaries without any mod, and then you can look at where mushrooms are growing, and you can custom make your own little mycelium chunk marker like I did there in mine. Just throwing that out there.
You just kind of sink into the bog. We noticed that one of the 3 remaining towers at Moat Cailin is leaning, hence its name, the Drunkard's Tower, which means that the ground
Okay, here we are.
foundations has shifted since its construction. No doubt when this land was flooded. Now, the Maesters, ever skeptical, raised the possibility that there was never one major flooding event, but rather a gradual rise in sea level, which inundated the Arm of Dorne over time. But we can easily dismiss this for several reasons. First of all, this is a fantasy story, and we already know that the anti-magic skepticism of the Maesters is essentially written into the story as a plot device, and they're pretty much always wrong when they say magic doesn't exist. Secondly, I just made an awesome video, just mentioned it, Hammer of the Waters.
Alright, let's beeline to our body now.
I believe that I was able to demonstrate
Get away from all these guys. Got high, well, I'm not sure now, but last night it seemed like very high rift activity, so we're going to get out of here as quick as we can. Okay, there we go. I didn't realize there was a cavern here. That's cool, I'll have to definitely explore that. Yeah, this is a really good world, Jen. I really am pleased with this one. If the Neck already was a low-lying area of land, then it could have, or even would have been, you might say, somewhat or even completely inundated with salty seawater. Don't really like to mark all the quartz usually. kind of silly because there's so much of it.
Very long way, basically until they're interrupted. And to check out again this map of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. You can see those waves make it quite a long way. So this then is probably why the Hammer of the Waters is sometimes also thought to have been called down.
There's our stuff.
Mount Caelan to break the neck, in addition to the main legend about it being called down from the Isle of Faces to break the Arm of Dorn. Now the third reason to believe that the Hammer of the Waters was a compound earthquake and tsunami event.
So let's go back in here and
from the Arm of Dorn to the neck is found right here at Mount Caelan.
Start putting stuff away.
This fortress isn't collapsed, my friends. It's kind of destroyed. These giant megalithic blocks are scattered and tumbled around the bog, says Catelyn, as if some great beast had taken a bite out of the crenellations along the tower top and spit the rubble across the bog. Theon, observing these same scattered megaliths, notes that some had sunk so deep into the bog that only a corner showed. Others lay strewn about, like some god's abandoned toys, cracked and crumbling, spotted with lichen. So, scattered and strewn like toys, and those of you who have kids, I guess think of your living room, right? They just kind of end up everywhere, don't they? So that's what you should picture.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and
then it also says
put this on our back.
Looks like it was attacked by a great beast. So this really sounds like a sudden and catastrophic type of
grab
event
this
here, right? Some of y'all out there
so we can
like,
start playing our tunes.
Basically a sudden and catastrophic event. That's about right.
Let's grab this
aside, it does look like there has been a titanic flood
and this.
an earthquake here, does it not? I mean, there's almost none of the curtain wall left. Just a tiny bit of wall clinging to one of the towers. Calling this place a ruined fortress isn't really accurate. It's really just 3 towers and a bunch of megalithic rubble. It's destroyed. And consider the bit about the Children's Tower having lost half its crown, meaning it's lost big chunks of stone from its top. That makes more sense as the result of a sudden disaster event where the ground shook.
Okay, so we now actually have a lot of this stuff.
Leaning one, so it's not even like it leaned and then the weight of the masonry pulled it off. Like, no, it's straight, but it's just missing a big chunk. In other words, what we see here is a pretty good match.
So we still definitely have to go look for tin.
That's obviously a good and creative way to describe the ground shaking. And that giants waking in the earth expression is also used to describe.
That was a really perfectly timed door close because I get to fight one at a time that way.
Astronomy symbolism guide explain this to you. People figured this out long before I hit the forums. Giants waking in the earth. That's obviously
that one, on the other hand, I've mistimed it.
Yeah, it looks like it was hammered, which is to say it looks like there was an earthquake here as well as a flood. And one additional clue, when Robb's army comes to stay at Mount Caelan, it's the Umber sigil that flies atop the Children's Tower. The Umber sigil is a giant breaking out of chains, so giants waking in the earth.
Let's go ahead and pop this
right there on the Children's Tower.
as well.
And that is to say there was an earthquake here.
And
tied to the Hammer of the Waters. Now,
let's see, what can I...
video, probably 2 that tale's growing in the telling, working on the script right now. But consider that the Iron
I'd rather have this than this chest for now.
There are 2 different flood accounts in Ironborn legend. One associated
place
with the
that in there, that.
Dragon, and then one associated with a storm god.
See, and now I've got this candle which I can put in my hand and it will be a semi-permanent light source. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that, and then we're gonna do a probe here. Okay, no node there.
So I just want to point it out now to say that the Iron Islands are on almost an exact parallel latitude to the neck. And so if there was a massive earthquake somewhere in this region that came with tidal wave flooding, it does make sense that it would have affected both the Iron Islands and Mount Caelan. So if all of this stuff is the same disaster, this is a truly epic cataclysm. It's really a compound mega disaster or something like that. But to be honest, the sudden collapse of the Arm of Dorn really is a catastrophe unlike anything in our own recorded history.
I don't know why it's not showing this on my character. I don't know if that's a setting or what, or a mod.
So just by way of example, and please, no one at home, don't try to drop a hammer at the waters on any real countries. Please don't do that. Just imagine, however, the Isthmus of Panama. The Isthmus of Panama. That word's never going to get easier to say. It's a
Okay,
stretch of
we
land
literally
that
just
connects
found 10.
two larger continents, right?
Um,
Very like the Arm of Dorn used to.
I'm gonna
So
go ahead and
imagine
mine up
if this
a
pretend
handful of it.
the waters basically sank all the land between Mexico and South America.
Maybe something like,
Break the land
and
bridge
it's
between
poor
those two
quality again, but
continents. It would be like
yeah, if I get just
Guatemala, Costa
even
Rica,
just this much
Honduras,
of it,
El Salvador being
that's
placed
enough to
some
work
kind of
with.
island chain. Again, please don't try this at home, but that's the scale that we're talking about with the breaking of the
I'm
Arm of
deeply,
Dorn.
deeply
So
terrified
it
of
does seem
being
possible that George Martin
attacked
was
one down this
imagining
deep,
the collapse of the Arm of Dorn land bridge as
but I
setting
really
off
want
other fault lines in
to be able to
Westeros, such as
progress
the
in
one
the game.
that may run under the
Did I
neck
see
and
one
near the
up here
Iron
somewhere?
Mines. So that's a pretty big disaster.
No, I think
in
that might
some
be it.
ways, but I do think there is a coherent
Let me go ahead and
for all of this beyond simply
do
going
a quick probe here.
waving your fingers. That's right. So as I began to lay out in the Hammer of the Waters video, Ed,
Okay, no nearby or node.
evidence in the Nightbringer series, I am very much quite convinced that the trigger mechanism,
God damn it. Fucking A.
destruction, was a
Run away.
mere impact or impacts. In
Okay,
fact,
well,
I do
we
know
got
that
what we
George
needed,
Martin was
fundamentally,
inspired by the dinosaur
and I don't want to die again,
that
so we're
dropped
gonna
on top of the Yucatan
retreat.
Peninsula, which is, of course, right next to the Isthmus of Isthmus. It's never going to happen. Isthmus of Panama, which reminds us of the Arm of Dorn as a continent connecting land bridge. Laugh all you want. That's right. It's all kind of right there in the same neighborhood, isn't it? As if George is combining the ideas and thinking about a meteor impact.
Okay, well, that will take care of the 10 that we need to progress to having an anvil, and thus a saw, and thus barrels, and thus animals. Parsnips would be nice. I'll leave the axe behind. Okay. However, we're going to need more copper now, and I think we'll just go down and get this one. Alright, so let's head home and drop off our stuff first, and then we'll go get the additional copper.
Alright, so what does all this mean? That Moat Cailin is almost certainly very old. Barring some pretty much totally fantastical explanation, kind of has to have been built before the neck was flooded and transformed into a swamp. And that means it's much older.
We do have these ruins here, really close to my home. I haven't dug deep there either yet. Oh, this is just sitting here the whole time. This always happens. You always find copper like real close to your home like that when you're not looking for it. That's crazy.
The early first men that we know of built ring forts, the notable exception of a couple of magical or mysterious structures which are associated with Brandon Builder, such as the Wall, Storm's End, and the High Tower, and also Castle Pike on the Iron Islands.
Yeah, I mean, between that and that giant crevasse I found, which is like right over here somewhere, this is turning out to be a really interesting area too. It's interesting, although it's not mineral rich, sadly. And we're definitely still lacking any clue as to where to find iron.
The Andals eventually developed the skill to fashion round towers, so say the Maesters. But this is all long after Moat Cailin and the flooding of the neck.
Okay.
And the key thing to remember here is that the Andals are the ones who started writing things down. So everything
I can actually place this here for now. And that's, let's see here. A candle has provides less light than a torch, but it doesn't get wet when it falls into a river. So it's kind of nice. We might switch to that. I mean, at the very least, it'll be useful when we start looking at upgrading to a lantern. And the other thing, of course, is that we can now make more candles with our beeswax that we found as well. And that's to say nothing of the fact that we have a bunch of oh, what's it called? Bony soil that we can use to get more candles directly.
Maesters and other scholars alike have puzzled over the greatest of the enigmas of Sephorios, the ancient city of Yin.
It's really awesome that we found that armor, though, because that at least makes it viable for me to go into caves now. Still kind of dangerous, I would say, but viable. Okay, we'll deal with lore some other episode. How many can this hold in a stack? That's cool. Here's a bed that will allow me to sleep longer now. Go ahead and make these healing items. Oh, yeah, completely messed up the ratio there. And we do have the ability to have music now. Peaceful village. Do I have the music turned off? Okay. Not sure why we're not getting sound there. Okay, here's our food one.
This Theon quote from A Dance with Dragons is tantalizing. It's very suggestive, but it's not conclusive. So take a listen. The air was wet and heavy, and shallow pools of water dotted the ground. Reek picked his way between them carefully, following the remnants of the log and plank road that Robb Stark's vanguard had laid down across the soft ground.
And then I think I can just place these directly. Yeah, cool. Nice. Okay. So let's go get some copper. I'm gonna go down to this further one still. It's 11:20. Okay. Probably should close this back up. At the very least, make this far less likely. Okay, so to get to the copper down here, we're just gonna go beeline directly this way.
Just kidding, we're gonna answer it today. But let's play along. It's an unanswerable mystery. However, it is helpful to identify the common build technique, similar or possibly even identical building material between Yin and Moat Cailin, and simply say
okay, I thought that looked like copper for a second. I guess it's probably just the rain glinting off the granite, but no, the copper that I'm gonna go get is right down here. Right around the oh boy. There goes my torch. There's blue clay. Let's mark that. The rivers mod, the one thing I'd complain about briefly on that is it adds a lot of clay, including fire clay, that should be a little bit harder to get in the base game. But oh well. Relatively minor complaint, all things considered. Where'd he go?
So maybe the people who built Ashai, Great Empire of the Dawn or otherwise.
Oh, well, I guess the wolf lost interest.
Now the Great Empire of the
interest.
Dawn also seems to have come to Westeros.
Okay, here we go.
Fortress on Battle Isle at Old Town, which we'll talk about in a subsequent video. So it's possible
and I think it was about right here.
If they're in Westeros, right? Now I'm not sure what the Great Empire of the Dawn would have been doing building Yin in Sephorios.
There we go, and it's yeah, as is usually the case, it's medium and medium quality, but it's too deep, and that is a big deal because that's gonna be quite a bit more copper than you'd usually get in a little typical surface patch like this. So we absolutely love that. One second. Oh, there goes my cat.
The idea would be that the Great Empire of the Dawn taught a few first men some of their advanced building techniques, which were then adapted.
And I suppose while I'm here, I might as well take a probe and just kind of get a sense of what minerals we have over here now.
Now, the most tantalizing part of this idea that Moat Cailin may have been built by the Great Empire of the Dawn is that it would be then tied to the theory that the walls of Moat Cailin are the walls, plural, from the part of the Night's Watch oath that says, "I am the watcher on the walls." That walls, plural, has always been kind of a curiosity since the Night's Watch castles very distinctly don't have walls, plural, and since they very conspicuously walk atop a giant, extremely singular wall. So it really should say, "I'm the watcher on the wall." That would make more sense, but it says walls, and perhaps this is just a poetic line, but perhaps the original Night's Watch walked different walls than the giant one made of ice. Some people like the idea that those walls were the walls of the five forts that I just mentioned, if the origins of the watch happened to be in the east along with Azor Ahai and Lightbringer. Or maybe the walls, plural, were the walls of Moat Cailin, because during the long night it is pretty easy to imagine everything north of the neck being frozen and eventually under the control of the others. So the last hero's journey into the cold, dead lands to find the children and all that may have started at Moat Cailin and then ended in the caves where the Winterfell dwarfs would later be built, perhaps. I mean, that would make a certain amount of sense, right? The place where Winterfell.
Okay, so let's go and do, first of all, node search. I'm guessing there's still copper in this area. I got over a stack though, so that's really good. Yeah, I figured there'd be trace levels. Let's poke around a little bit more here.
He was very brave and smart, and he tricked the giants and escaped. But no sooner was he outside the castle than the others took him and drank his hot red blood. So what is
Don't mind opening this up to a little bit more light either.
which the others were waiting? It must be somewhere in the north, if it's anywhere. So, like I said, during the long night, this could have been Moat Cailin, which definitely feels like a giant's castle, with the last hero journeying north from there, the original home of the Night's Watch, and eventually running into the others. I actually do happen to think that the last hero did die at the hands of the others, but was resurrected by the children of the forest. And that would be the missing part in the last hero story, where the children of the forest.
Yep, there we go.
The last hero, he was alone.
Let's just peek around up here a little bit more, maybe.
Children, and then he returns at the end of the story, leading the Night's Watch. I think that help was a resurrection, which means the last hero would have been a lot like Cold Hands. Maybe even Cold Hands is the last hero. The point is, a resurrected Night's Watchman, possibly a resurrected skin changer.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do this probe now. I think I got most of the copper.
It's called Green Zombie Theory, and the point of it is that resurrected Night's Watch Rangers like Cold Hands and like Jon Snow will be are ideally cut out to face the conditions of the far north. They don't need to eat.
Okay, sphalerite bismuthite. Bismuthinite.
And the point of mentioning all that is, again,
And let's do a quick node search here. Still getting trace levels. I get so, oh yeah, okay, here we go. I get like kind of almost pissed when I can't find all the copper. Like it's not a huge deal, but I just like to be able to find it all. Okay, there we go. No nearby. I can leave. And we're running out of food. Fortunately, we're far enough away from home. I can kind of justify maybe poking around a little bit. We'll gray that copper out as well. Let's head east for food. And let's get rid of these. Yeah, over a stack of this copper, that's going to be... It's certainly enough to get me to the position of advancing basically to the Iron Age once we find iron. The problem is we've yet to find iron. And we definitely need some food. Should I look for mycelium chunks? Yeah, we're in one now. It's kind of nice. Cool. There's tons actually in this area.
So that's the Great Empire of the
Okay, so let's just get this for food.
My heart's not in it, guys. I mean, I love the Great Empire of the Dawn. It is my theory after all, but I just don't think they built Moat Cailin or Yi. I always try to present all the credible possibilities when we take a look at a mystery like this, but let's zero in on the vibe that I think Martin is really trying to lay down with Moat Cailin and Yin as well, which is to say, the Squishers built Moat Cailin and Yin is a strong possibility here.
What kind of funeral bell? That's deadly. I've been tempted to get the Gourmand mod, and that would give me a purpose of getting deadly mushrooms, because you can actually eat deadly mushrooms in this game if you let them decay significantly first. Okay, and here we have something interesting. This is a beautiful primitive survival hollow. And let's see, is this close enough to home to justify keeping? I think it might be. We're gonna go B purple on that. Have I done this elsewhere? I know somewhere nearby where I spawned. Yeah, I think that's one too. Okay, so purple bees, and I'm gonna go light purple on that. Is a hollow, and let's see what we get here. Honey, rice, rot, and a knife. And let me get rid of that knife. And is that now empty? No, that's a gold. So we got some new crop types, which is awesome. And we got a gold thingy. I can keep that too, I guess. So that's awesome. So that's pretty good find there. In that, this is King Bully, so I can eat this.
So the implication for Yin and Moat Cailin would simply be that they were built by the Squishers a very long time ago, perhaps long before humans.
So yeah, so I use orange bees to demarcate resin. I use pink, or like the lavender there, to demarcate the primitive survival hollows. Okay, I cannot see for the life of me.
Yeah, so one thing to note, if the Squishers built
Here we go.
Cailin, then it actually is possible that the Neck has always been a swamp, even though it does still appear that there was an earthquake here. When I said you can't build a castle in a swamp, I meant people, not Squishers. Squishers are different. And I said you can't. You're not a Squisher, are you? Again, Nibble Dick will come out here quick, fast, in a hurry, so watch out. No Squishers allowed. It's okay, you can watch if you want to. So let's go back to the oily black
get this
itself.
here.
I'll use my serious voice now.
I do love getting good amounts of mushrooms so we can use them in a cooking recipe later. Alright, let's head up here and back east further. And we're just doing a little exploring today. I could use more copper, although I think I have enough to advance. I think one last thing I'd like to do while I'm out in the field right now, I would like to probably go ahead and do a couple more probes to see if I can get any kind of heading going for an iron source. But I think what we'll do, absent like a really lucky iron find, like that's in a cave that's really easy to locate, we'll probably just go ahead and focus on animal husbandry before we get too far into the well, this is quite a big deposit of clay here. Before we get too far into the iron searching.
But I will point out that no one actually lives at Moat Cailin. Not the Crown of Men, and not the Northmen. Because so far as we know, it's only a fortress.
Here's a clothing trader.
Will come and man at need. And it's
might as well just see what he's got for us.
Right? I mean, it's kind of similar to Nymeria's description of
you know, I could buy leg armor. That's very tempting, actually.
Sort of an abandoned colony, if you will, who are battling flux.
And I do have the money on me.
Rotting of the flesh. It's more or less exactly like the images that people have in Sothorios. Thus, I see the common
Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, so that gives me a pretty good armor for my character.
I tend to think that yes, Moat Cailin is oily black stone, and it was probably
Here, let me see if this shows up now.
In fact, the very idea of a bunch of
Nope.
squids, as the Ironborn are called, of course. Sorry.
I don't know why my character isn't this. It might be a mod, honestly. There's a goat. Not that far from home. I use the blue bee symbol for goats and pigs and chickens. Probably should have labeled it since, well, I usually don't mark bees and pigs and chickens. I usually just mark goats though.
He looked as if his father had sired him on a fish, but he still wore a long sword. Dagon Khan yields to no man. Now,
okay, so we'll find a cave over here somewhere.
Of a Mesopotamian rain god who was mistakenly thought to be a fish-headed god. That's
cave there and a cave there. Let's go check over here for iron.
Although again, this is a misunderstanding. Oan's is the fish-headed god.
There's dryad saddles, I think, or is it chicken? Yeah, dryad saddle.
He wrote his stories before that mistake was cleared up, and actually wrote a story about terrifying squisher people and blackstone idols called Dagon, which no doubt influenced George.
Maybe sneak in a probe here, but there should be a tunnel right over here, or we could just do it right against this thing here. Yeah, here we go. Okay.
Squisher blood sacrifice at Moat Cailin in tens of thousands of years. Enough. You think you can frighten Ironborn with words? Begone.
One.
Run back to your master before I open your belly, pull your entrails out, and make you eat.
Two.
He might have said more, but suddenly his eyes gaped.
Three.
A throwing axe sprouted from
Okay, and that's literally exactly what we wanted to see. Very high hematite. So we're not gonna mine that without lighting, but fuck, I mean, this is going very quickly. We could make a I'm actually really tempted to just make a little fire, relight our torch, and just check this out real quick. Fuck, we need to make an axe. Let me just heal up real quick, and then we'll make a fire. Then we'll check out this cave, our iron cave. It's crazy that we found this already. I mean, I knew that we had a minuscule hematite reading from earlier. Here we go. From up here, somewhere. Minuscule hematite. So I figured maybe down here there might be iron, but I did not expect it to be a really good iron source like that. I mean, I hate to be greedy, but I swear to God, if I find an iron source in here, it'll have been worth it, because I could actually get my first iron tools on this episode, which is insanely fast. And once you get to iron, then you plateau. Then you gotta get a lot more linen and make your automated smithing stuff, you know, all that stuff. So
several years now, and one of the most famous examples is the fight scene between Oberyn Martell and Gregor the Mountain Clegane, and you can find that broken down in detail, in lots of detail, in one of my very oldest videos. I think it's my 4th ever. The Mountain versus the Viper and the Hammer of the Waters. The Mountain gives the Hammer of the Waters injuries to his stable boy in that fight, where he chops off his arm and then his neck, or like half his head, and then Oberyn Martell with his sun spear, which has an oily black steel tip, hits the first major wound of the fight on Gregor's arm. There's a bunch of symbolism happening. It's very cool. Check it out. And another great example is Areo Hotah's rapid dismembering of Sir Aerys Oakheart, where Areo slices him at the arm, chops his arm,
oh great,
and then chops his
under attack.
arm and neck wound.
God damn it.
And it's,
Okay, let me kill this guy.
that wicked giant axe that Ariohota has, like 8 feet long. Yikes. So a man named Oakheart obviously makes a good symbol of Westeros.
Well, this sucks. Now I can't really do what I was going to do.
So a man named the
But
Mountain, again,
at least we
like
have a good start here. I have to arguably abandon this effort. Yeah, I do. But that's okay. You know, I was being greedy. It's getting dark out. Let's get home. We'll get home and then we'll deal with this later. I could consider making a lantern too. I just kind of hate that I don't have fucking what's it called, the X skills mod yet. Let's see, I guess I could just keep going through here to get home. Maybe slightly inefficient route, but I think it's kind of safe. I don't see any danger. It's very dark. I could take a pro bomb over here too.
If any still survived when the first corsairs settled on the islands, they were soon put to the sword, so no trace of them now remains, save perhaps upon the Isle of Toads, as we shall discuss shortly. Okay, a lost civilization of the Dawn Age. That's cool. I wonder what sort of on the Isle of Toads can be found in ancient idols.
Okay, so just more iron references there. Yeah, I guess we'll just head through here. I wish I had a raft. And there's a raccoon.
Sole surviving remnant? What ignorance! As anyone who's ever watched Nimbledick Squisher Hunt knows, there are also fishy-looking people living upon the Thousand Islands in far northern Essos. Plus there's that Dagon Cod fellow we just met and his family. And we have those Borels. They're occasionally webbed hands and feet on the Three Sisters Islands. The Borels say that one's born such...
I don't know how I'm going to get out of this river.
...considered a kind of honor. And like the Iron Islands, the Three Sisters Islands are just offshore of the neck at a basically parallel latitude. And just
yeah, I guess this just kind of flows directly home, doesn't it? I don't like that. There's a guy there. This might be an exit area.
Look that Lovecraft describes his squisher hybrid humans as having. And basically the description of Dagon Cod's pop-eyed, dead-looking, that's exactly the Innsmouth look. So go back and check out the Manderleys and the Borels, and they've all got it. Then
oh, we've got
diminutive
clay down here too.
Actually live in the swamps of the neck, all around Mokalan. The Cranogmen supposedly bred
I've yet to make a quern.
Perhaps more so than the other first men did, and that's why they're short. Some of the descriptions of them, exaggerated and even false as they may
yeah,
be,
this can be a exit.
Actually match Nimbledick's description of the squishers.
Exit
that's
here.
Right. That's right. Nimbledick says that the
okay, so this is. I'll put a little
behind
ladder
these
symbol
limbs, they got
here.
teeth sharp as needles.
Great.
Meanwhile,
Oh fuck, I hate these guys.
Says that the Cranogmen, whom he calls frog eaters, sorry again, all the racial slurs on this video, that the Cranogmen have green teeth for meeting frogs, just as the squishers are said to have green teeth.
Well, rain happening as well.
Frog eaters don't smell like men, and that they have a boggy stink like frogs and trees and scummy water. Moss grows under their arms in place of hair, and they can live with nothing to eat but mud and breathe swamp water. Now, here's the thing, even Jojen says that Mira can breathe mud, which is swamp water, and who knows what
Okay, let's immediately sleep.
This isn't really children of the forest stuff, is the point. Even worse, I mentioned the different types of aquatic humanoids in Lovecraft's taxonomy, right? Well, there are 3. The deep ones, who live underwater and are the most fish-like. The lizard men, whom you don't really need to discuss here, but may be an influence on the lizard men that we find, the shrikes and things like that. And then there are the men from Ib, who are the frog people. The froggy men from Ib live in the Greystone city of Ib, which is by the shore of this huge lake, and sharing some physical characteristics of the deep ones, they live half their lives on land and half in the water, like frogs. The froggy men.
Okay, and it is morning, thank God.
Haughty humans from Sarnath, which then leads to the doom that came to Sarnath, which is actually the title of the book that contains the story of these events. Also worth noting, said doom came to Sarnath through means of a creepy stone idol of the god.
23 more carrots, very nice.
May have been a frog toad statue. You see where this is going?
Let's see here. I could do 4, 4,
In other words, the idea of frog people
and 4 carrot maybe.
by a dark stone fortress that might be oily black stone is absolutely 100% inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's Froggy Men from Him. And you'll notice that Martin sort of recycles.
Yeah, that'll be a good meal. Okay, so we're gonna make a meal today. Let's grab our meal container.
For the name of a Sarnori city. So he's changed the
Put it on there.
associations of those names, but he's using those concepts.
There we go.
Elsewhere.
Okay.
So there is a high likelihood that the Crowned Men themselves
And
not only have Child of the Forest blood, but also some kind of squisher blood. And that is why some of the wilder folklore about them seems to overlap with
where's my torches? Here we go.
squisher folklore. It's very solid, very solid. All the sources check out.
Yeah.
In other words,
Cool.
we know that fish people do exist, and more importantly, they seem to have bred quite extensively with
Okay.
humans in ancient Westeros. And they
And
seem
yes,
to
we're
have
out of
left genetic imprint specifically in
food,
the
so just
general
on
region
time.
of Moat Cailin, the neck, and that sort of midsection of Westeros from the Iron Islands.
Oh, okay.
all the way over to Crackfall
Put
Point,
that
where, of
down.
course,
We'll put this
the
gold
Old Lake lives,
on
and there are
down.
legends of squishers aplenty.
Right
There's a witch
here, I
named
guess.
Ursula Upcliff. I don't know if Ursula
And
witch has
then
anything to do with squisher stuff. Maybe.
let's go up
So
here and
if
put
the
the. I think we've got
equines,
some rot up here
gremlins,
already.
selkies, walrusmen,
Yeah.
etc. left their genes and
Got some
culture
good
and
pelts,
across
some
that
fat.
section of Westeros like that. Did they leave one of their castles
Okay.
as well in the form of Moat Cailin?
Do I have any
That is the
berries I could
question.
just grab real
By
quick?
the way, I know that the idea of squishers is what we all laugh about,
No.
and it seems weird, but it's really no weirder than the idea that humans could breed with the children of the forest, who are definitely animal-like. I used the word very anthropic in the last video. That just means animal-like, humanoid, essentially.
Okay, so anything
Children
besides
have
K.
four-fingered, black-clawed hands. They have skin that is dappled like a doe.
That there.
Golden, slitted eyes like that of a cat or a snake. And who'd really be surprised if they turned out to have little tails at the back there. Not that Bran needs to go looking. Sorry, that was awkward. The Targaryens, of course, are also lizard people. And then there's every kind of monster on Sephorios. And
Okay,
in the
this
Great
is
Wastes.
ready.
Some of those seem to be human-animal hybrids. There's shrikes and lizard men and all kinds of stuff. That's just how evolution and biology works in A Song of Ice and Fire. Shit gets weird late at night in the deep woods or
There we go.
on the shoreline.
Okay, so we've got our food situation dealt with.
Mermaids are pretty.
Let's go ahead and get
Yeah. Anyway, so as for the Isle of Toads,
that going,
the thing to
and
note
then
here
let's
is
also
that there
get
is a
this,
concentration of especially fish-like people,
and we'll make
and
a whole
there's
bunch
also
of
a 40-foot
bronze.
high toad idol
Again,
carved
we're
from
basically
oily
skipping
blackstone.
copper. I made a
This is
couple
straight
copper
out of
tools
Lovecraft,
just because
like
I
I said,
wanted to
and
get
all of
moving, but
this
we are
reminds
basically
us of
skipping
the
right to
underworld,
bronze at this
equally
point, which
straight
is
out of
super
Lovecraft,
lucky.
and their sea stone chair, which
And
is
so I'll
a
go ahead and
large
use the
throne-like
remaining heat
oily black
here
stone carved into the shape
to get
of a
this going. Let me
majestic
get
dragon.
this
That's
tin
right,
in
it's
here
nuts.
as well.
It's a thing of beauty. Can't find that on Etsy, but somewhere in a shrine,
Okay, 50.
maybe there's a very weird furniture store where you can buy a sea stone chair and a toad idol. I kid, of course, but the sea stone chair,
Tin.
which we're
Boy,
gonna
that
talk
is not a lot of
about
tin,
in
is
the
it?
Ironborn video, and the toad idol are both carved from hunks of oily black stone.
Can I get
as opposed to
600?
being carved in
Cool.
place from the local bedrock.
Okay, so we're going to do
And
610 there.
we can assume that the toad idol and the oily black stone
And we'll let the
dragon
rest be.
came from somewhere else. Even a 40-foot high stone idol can be transported.
I'll go ahead and
by
put this in
flotation.
here, I guess.
The Egyptians did that with their obelisks. So, did these idols come from a shrine? They might have.
And
They
then
may have
let's
come from
make
Eden,
a tool rack
which is worse, frankly. Not something
for
that
the
you
hammer
can
and such.
guess,
Oop, we got a
but I
tree
guess
that
that's just
finally
how
grew
the
up here.
Greyjoys roll.
It's nice.
So the thing we're looking for that we found on the Isle of Toads
Take our other
is
bronze
obviously the conjunction
pickaxe
of fish
head.
people and oily black stone.
And we'll
The
finally be
Ironborn
able to make a
legends
saw,
that
which
say
is
they
great.
themselves, of course, are fish people,
And then we can
descended
start
from the deep ones,
thinking about
and of course
leatherworking
they have
next
a
time we get an
black
animal
stone
kill.
idol. And really
Oh, right, we need the charcoal.
Than what we hear about the people on the Isle of Toads. Maybe not much. And whether the Ironborn have deep one's blood
Okay,
or
we'll
not,
put all this in here. That should
there
be
is ample
more than
evidence
enough to get
suggest
that
that
melted
they are
down.
the
Let's
first
check on the rest
men
of our
who came
farm
to
here.
Westeros by sea from somewhere else.
Okay, we've
So
got a
getting
couple
back
of
to Moat Cailin,
turnips
where we
harvested
have
there.
potentially Squisher
So we can
like
put some K
Craven
crops
Men,
there.
really think they built Moat Cailin. It's just a sign of Squisher activity in the area.
Let's put the
A lot of
cassava and the
question
rice
of
down
who
while
did
we
build
can. It's
Moat
still
Cailin
summer.
hinges on
Those
where
are hard
it
to
comes.
grow
This
unless you
is
start
oily
early
black stone,
or have good
just
soil
a
to work
black
with.
basalt that looks oily when wet, although I don't really know why George would describe it as looking like it was coated in a fine black oil and tease us like
Alright,
that
let's
when he's
see if
working the oily
when this
black
gets
stone
done.
thing. So I'm like 75%
Food
that it is.
tray
Maybe
here.
even 80%. And if it is oily black stone, then the fact that its construction style seems to resemble Yin so closely becomes very compelling, even overwhelming. And I'd have to lean towards those two places having shared origin, which is likely
Let's
a
get
Squisher
18 of
origin.
these.
And even if the stone is slightly different in the two locations, and Moat Cailin's black basalt isn't oily black stone per se,
I could
it
just
could
get rid of
be
this
that
whole
the Squisher builders of
part of it,
Yin
but
used the local
I think
type
what I'll
of
do is I'll
black
start
stone
building
when they
up
came to build Moat Cailin, which
the
was
beginnings
this
of a
black
little
basalt,
wall.
and then
Oh,
just
we got a
use the same
building
building
one. Okay,
style that they had used to build Yin. These two
got two of
constructions
them.
could even be thousands of years apart in
God damn it.
Squisher history, because that goes pretty far back, as I understand. Now let's talk basalt for a second, because there's some pretty interesting stuff that I found. So,
Okay, he's
black
gonna
basalt
die
is a
there.
volcanic silicate rock, which either
Where's the
comes
other
to
one?
the surface via volcanic activity or by the churning up
There he
of
is.
magma at a fault line. Now, there are hot springs at Winterfell, which is kind of close, but there's obviously no volcano here at the neck. But there definitely could be a fault line, like we mentioned earlier. Perhaps the Arm of Dorn earthquake triggered this.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over here.
That's why we see this earthquake-like activity.
Let's make a
at
little
the neck
door.
and potentially at the Iron Islands. And just to be clear, we don't know what kind of rock oily black stone is. I mean, it could
Right
all be
there.
basalt, perhaps magically enchanted or watered with blood sacrifice basalt. The Egyptians, whom I just mentioned, built many of their statues out of black basalt, so kind of makes sense to imagine oily black stone idols being magically cursed.
So we'll make a
Now, I couldn't
door
find whether or not Lovecraft actually names the type of stone
and put it in there, but
for any of his
I don't have a
items,
door
but
yet.
he did borrow Egyptian
And we're gonna have to
iconography,
wait until
names,
we
and
have a saw
concepts
really
very
to make a
heavily
good one. I
historic,
could
so
make a
black basalt Egyptian statues
the shitty one
certainly
with
could be
just
a part of
logs, but I
George's inspiration here, by
don't really
way
want
of
to do that.
Lovecraft. All right, now I'm very excited to
But I
show you
think
guys
actually narrowing it down
that
to
I made
this
while writing the script,
is
which
actually more or less
definitely a
good
major
enough.
inspiration for what George has done
I
here
might
with
make
Moat
that
Cailin,
my
the neck,
pantry at some
breaking of
point.
the Arm of Dorn, and
Okay,
black
let's grab
basalt.
that.
Oh yes. It's called the Giant's Causeway, and it's found in northern North Ireland. The Giant's Causeway, as you can see here, is an area of about 40,000 interlocking black basalt
Okay, so with
columns
the
that
remaining
are
rammed
gray.
earth,
Close enough,
I'm gonna
just like
start
Valyrian
building
steel, but gray
a
black, same thing. And these
exterior
these
path.
columns
Now
are
we'll
the
probably
results of
upgrade this
ancient
to
volcanic
stone at some
fissure
point.
eruption. So as you can see, it does look like a weird kind of stone bridge.
But
that
this is gonna be
disappears
my
into the sea or emerges
back
from
door
the sea.
down the hill.
Even cooler, across the
And if
water
I
on the
start
English
building up
side,
little
the same ancient
walls
lava
around
flow
here, I think we're
left
gonna
the
be a
same
lot
type
more
of fractured
protected.
basalt columns at a rather famous place called Fingal's Cave on an uninhabited island in
Okay,
the
this is
Hebrides.
about done.
This gave rise to a myth about a pair of opposing giants building the causeway from either side so that it could have a fight in the middle.
Okay, and so
In
we can
one
go ahead
version,
and
the
finish
Irish
this off.
giant Finn McCool, and he's not always a giant, he's a folk hero, but in this
And we
one
will
he's a
need
giant.
more
He defeats the
tin at
Scottish
some point,
giant
unless I
Venom.
find iron quickly.
Nice and clean, but
I'm gonna go ahead and make
some more
all the
detail,
rest of
and
these
in
into
that version,
ingots so we
they
can
have
make a
Finn
saw,
Dunbar coming
maybe a
over to the
chisel,
other side, and
and
instead
whatever
of
else we
finding
may
his
need.
blood,
Maybe
he
a falx
finds
even.
a
I should have
baby
maybe
giant, a
considered
huge
making a falx.
baby giant. Now,
But
thinking that if the baby giants
we'll go
who
back
on
and
this
look for
side are
iron
so
probably here in a
large, the
minute.
adults, well, they must be truly massive and terrifying. So
Okay.
Brendan Donner flees back to Scotland, ripping up the causeway as he goes. Thing is, that was
And we can go ahead
baby.
and
It was simply the giant
make
Finn McCool
carrot stew.
disguised as a baby to
I'll
trick
max it out.
Very clever, and it worked. So here then is where George got a major part of his notion for an isthmus of land that connects two larger bodies.
We do have 2 more mushrooms, it looks like 2 field mushrooms.
People that want to fight. And more specifically, where he got the idea to leave a giant's castle made of black basalt at one end of it. The neck, of course, isn't a causeway, it's an isthmus of land, but it did have a wooden causeway
now
for Rob's army to cross it.
I'm gonna put this hammer here because we don't need it really.
Certainly does look like a giant's
and then
castle, as we mentioned earlier, with its austere megalithic construction style.
And go ahead and put those into that and continue building this up over here. Obviously, we need to have access to our berries, though. Maybe I'll make it more like that. I'll use this to get these, yeah.
It's the same setup with the Hammer of the Waters legend and this Bend and Donner Finn McCool legend. We're breaking a land connector in order to separate two people who are at war. And
so we're just starting the very trace elements of a castle wall. I might, you know, and we'll just be kind of gradually going like this, shaving off little sections of dirt for now until we get a better building material.
The stepstones of the sunken... Yeah, that's right. The stepstones, aka the name of the islands, which are all that is left. The broken arm, Dorne. The thing I want to stress here is that George is drawing inspiration from the same thing for both the Hammer of the Waters disaster and the disaster at the neck.
And we'll start to see on the world map the little wall forming around this area as we build our castle up. And, you know, we'll eventually replace some of these. These are beautiful blocks, and everybody uses them, and I love them. But we'll slowly be replacing those, let's see, with other types of things, too. Okay, so while that's cooling down, we'll go ahead and head back to where we think the iron might be. And do a little exploring now that we have our torch back. And I do have the extra pickaxe head too, so I can do quite a bit more mining and stuff on the way. I do need to get a handle though.
The children of the forest, the giants, and the others especially. And finally, it's time for fun with maps. As some of you know, the map of Westeros is actually fashioned from some cut and paste cartography of Ireland and the United Kingdom. Southern Westeros is pretty much exactly upside down Ireland with Dorne tacked on. And northern Westeros above the neck is really just the southern half of the UK that's been mangled and reshaped a bit. It's pretty obvious once you see the picture of it here, and that means that the Giant's Causeway, its real-world location, is actually very close to where the neck and Moat Cailin would be. At least if you rotate Ireland 180 degrees, but leave the Giant's Causeway in the north. So the neck and Moat Cailin, which function like the broken Giant's Causeway.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to put my phone on the charger. Okay, here we go.
With the upside-down map, you may be interested to note that Derry became Starfall and Belfast became Old Town. The Giant's Causeway in real Ireland is located between Derry and Belfast, meaning between Starfall and Old Town. And it's interesting to note that George put some more Blackstone at Old Town in the form of the fused stone fortress that is the base of the High Tower. We'll rip into Old Town and that fortress.
Okay, so we're kind of following that same route down through this river.
And finally, just for giggles, I'll point out that George likes to speak of Moat Cailin as the cork that bottles up the armies coming up from the south of the neck. I guess he didn't like the barn doors horses expression. And the Irish city of Cork is located where the neck would connect to upside down Ireland. So that's the Cork that bottles up the... Yeah, it's probably a map joke from George, and I wanted to share it with you. So guys, thanks for watching these.
Okay, well, this is a little dicey up in here because if I were to fall, my torch would go out again. Probably for that reason move it out of my main, or out of the offhand directly, and we're getting close again. I haven't really explored up here, have I? Get a little bit of blueberries on the way. Yeah, you tend to find little patches of copper and stuff in these gravel fields. Okay. I think we're just right on top of where we need to be. More or less, pretty close. Come on down here. Come on down to the cave.
And though there are a few different types of beings that we might call fishing humanoids, they all do build cities, sometimes even underwater. At the very beginning of Game of Thrones, Khal Drogo and his mighty horde of Dothraki horse warriors.
Okay, we're very close now.
Targaryen, Daenerys, and Viserys. And when they do, there's an incredibly dramatic and readily visible culture clash taking place. It's easy to see that despite their differences, Daenerys and Viserys definitely have a lot more in common with Illyrio than they do with Khal Drogo, just in terms of what kind of world.
Okay, here's our fire, our would-be fire pit. I'll go ahead and light this, might as well. That'll give me an extra torch. And then, where is this cave now? Where is the cave? Oh, here it is. Right. Okay.
He's given us enough information to understand that both sides of this culture clash, the Valyrians and the Dothraki, can both ultimately trace their cultural history back to the same place, and that place is...
It's unheard of to have iron up this high, which is not surprising.
Multi-ethnic empire, which supposedly broke apart during the chaos of the Long Night, and which splintered into many subsequent nations and tribes of man. So I'm not exactly saying that Dany and Drogo are long-lost cousins, but rather that the story of their respective cultures began...
Okay, so this cave is a little bit dicey, as we do have to curve around a bit here. Okay, we've lost our thing. Yeah, these guys do have an AI that you can kind of trick a little bit. You can get close, and then they will attack you from close at melee, but they won't do their range thing, and if you kind of stay out of their melee thing, they can't get you. They look like little fucking mosquitoes. Alright, I guess this cave continues down a little bit here. It might as well keep going. 119. This is very, very dangerous, though, because if there are spawns on the way back up, it's going to be hard to clear them easily. Oh, well, we got a translocator. First one of these. So this is a big deal. This is a TL. I haven't found one of these yet. At 110. See if there's any goodies here. Malachite I'll take. I'll take the knife. Parsnip painting. Cool. Nothing there. These are going to be metal parts. Cool. Okay. So that's good enough for now. Hell, I might just... Pretty tempting to just go up here and continue down. I think this is a much safer route than the cave, going all the way through the cave. So we can go ahead and just kind of... These all come with this little built-in ladder. Almost like an idea, like, hey, you could totally build a ladder shaft here. Unfortunately, I'm going to run out of ladder material. Yeah, fuck, okay, well.
Historical authenticity. I'm David Lightbringer, and adding a veneer of historical authenticity is my brand, so let's get this video started.
Yeah, I don't know where the surface is going to be there, but we're not going to be able to get anywhere close to it, so we're going to have to do that another time.
Alright, so when you read the official story,
I'm going to put the granite stones in there at least. Okay, so...
Dissolution of the great empire is spelled out. Yet the great empire of the dawn was not reborn, for the restored world was essentially the largest empire ever known in the history of this world. One which Shy, which is the largest city ever known in the history of this world. So you see how this goes. And as we just read, it broke apart in terror and madness during and after the Long Night. And when the Long Night
hate these guys.
the world was broken and all the tribes of man went
Probably not
separate ways. As you
so easy to knife fight them.
It's a big clue that the Great Empire of the Dawn was originally a multi-ethnic empire, which it would have to be, being that big, obviously. But that pretty much.
Well, the one thing I can say for sure is that this cave network just simply doesn't have visible iron, nor does it get particularly deep unless it's connecting up to even more expansive network here. I'm very concerned about getting too lost and too deep in here. I'll do one quick probe here, but I'm pretty sure this is the end. So I think that means what we should do is use the translocator as sort of a excuse to make an up and down channel of ladders that we can get to the surface easily and then go down further easily as well from. Okay, let's head back. So we have to go back to the surface, and we can't use that unfortunately, so we have to go this way. Now it's conceivable I would have missed an alternative path.
If the president of the United States, and I don't mean to get political, but if the leader of your country started worshiping a black meteor that fell from the sky, you'd have some concerns.
God
and if you
damn
were
it.
to practice cannibalism and necromancy, well, those conspiracies already exist.
I hate these
guess.
guys.
But if they were true, you'd be very concerned, and you'd be looking.
I can probably chase them right out to the surface, though.
Assassinated their meteorite cult, you know, heretical emperor.
Come on, bitch.
I'm referring to Elagabalus, or however that's said, who was made emperor of Rome as a teenager and probably forced everyone to worship his.
And it's conceivable that, you know, I could get a couple, you know, 3 temporal gears here and prepare that translocator, but I have one back at my place. God damn it. But unfortunately these are low tier enemies and they have extremely low odds of dropping that. But we can now say we fully explored this cave, so I can go ahead at the very least and mark that as explored. And then what we'll just simply do now is we'll get, you know, we need about quite a few sticks. No branchy leaves, huh?
Millions of people living under the yoke of the Great Empire of the Dawn. When the Bloodstone Emperor began his reign of terror, you might start saying things like, "Oh, I've heard the weather of the Shivering Sea is lovely this time of year," or even "Sothorios can't be that bad, can it?" Spoiler alert: yes, it can. And if we
well, I've got this quartz chunk. I think I saw one sitting around over here at some point too. Alright, well, we continue to need sticks. Might find a few driftwood sticks in the forest area, maybe. These jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns, sadly, are painful if you eat them. There we go. 5. I'm gonna need at least 21, or I'm gonna say it's not even worth it to go back into the cave until we have 28 sticks, if not more. And we're looking for these branchy leaves. Yeah, so we're about halfway there. Fortunately, there seems to be a lot more opportunities for some sticks over here than there were over in the other place. I wish they'd make some more tree types in this game. You know, I don't understand. That would be a really simple thing that would not increase the demand on the program or take that much work, and yet would add just quite a bit more depth to the game. They could add like an ash tree or a, you know, elm, or maybe a second type of oak tree, or a linden tree, or, you know, whatever. But there's just so many different types of trees in the world, and it'd be so easy to add a new one. There's a dead raccoon. Large bite marks, very nice. Completely consumed. Lobster is good. And I think I have harvested one of these and planted its seeds back home, but I'm gonna get another one here while we're going for sticks. Certainly couldn't hurt. And they do. I am getting quite a few stick drops, so that's nice. Apparently, no matter how many people died, turning back was not an option. So the bones of the dead were simply left out in the sun for, you know, excarnation, or perhaps they were buried in hastily built stone cairns. According to Dothraki cultural memory, their ancestors were among these migrants and refugees. And there you have the impetus for this video. The quote we just read even poses the question directly. Were they fleeing some savage foe? Well, yes, as we said, the Bloodstone Emperor and his reign of terror and the subsequent falling of the Long Night are the obvious suspects to cause such a mass migration. Especially since we are told... Not getting a lot of seeds, though. There we go, there's one. And went their own way, fearful of all the others. And then here in these three passes in the Bones Mountains, we have the hard evidence of just such a thing. Whole tribes of man fleeing. Okay, let's see what we got for sticks. 55. That should be good. Maybe one more. Their encampment had no plan to it. He saw no ditches, no sharpened stakes, no neat rows of horse lines. Everywhere crude earthen shelters and there we go. Tents sprouted haphazardly. Okay, so and let's get these berries eaten up. We'll head back to the cave now. Oh, be careful not to put that out. Okay. And this will get us the stuff we need to get at least progress made. I'm not saying we're going to find the iron here in a minute, but we will be well positioned to come close to finding the iron, I think. Maybe just one more ladder segment. So just like the refugees fleeing over the Bones Mountains, the wildlings are fleeing with every man, woman, child, grandpa, horse, pig, sheep, cattle, etc., etc. Everything they valued carried on their backs. Everything else left behind, forgotten. And the only thing that could ruin this party now is if there's a boatload of Botorn in this cave again, which, in my luck, there might be. But if I go quickly enough, maybe I can avoid that. But this will be the last time I have to deal with them, at least, if there are. Okay, there's one. God damn it. And my specific theory about that is that a giant meteor fell in a couple different places, one of which definitely was a Shy by the Shadow. That's why it's all shadowed. Stygia is surely nothing but a meteor shrine. Those are the vibes. Tim and I both agree. There does seem to have been extensive environmental transformation in the Far East at this time, from the ruination of the Shadowlands to the drying up of a huge inland sea around which the kingdom of Harkoon was based, as well as a few others. Oh, we got a temporal gear though, so that alone was worth it. Even if I were to die now, which let's hope we don't. Perfect, okay. note that we can come back and grab those if we need to. Okay. First things first, we'll make the shaft go to the surface, then we'll see how far deep we can get. Yeah, the truth is we're not that far from the surface. I think probably 150 or so if we go up to the kind of higher elevation there on the map. We do have another whole pickaxe, so no big deal there. We can kind of cheat these last couple of feet here, so I can save the ladders for going down further. Come on, game. Well, it's possible I underestimated the height of this exit, but that's okay. We've got to be close. There we go. Okay. That's not too bad. Okay, so we'll mark this.
So that's interesting. Two of the roads through the bones lead to base Dothrak itself, and to the Dothraki grasslands.
I'll just put that in that same color.
That's more evidence
Okay.
of the Great Empire of the Dawn Karth connection, which is something I discussed at length in the Karth live stream. As we can see that Karth would have been a logical place for people fleeing the downfall of the Great Empire to go. It's actually the closest road if you were from Ashai or the lands which are now UT or anywhere else in the south of the Empire. So much of the traffic fleeing the Bloodstone Emperor's reign of terror in the Long Night would have gone through Karth.
So I'll go ahead and knock this wood plank out.
Those other two passes, though, they dump you out right on the middle of the
And
Grass Sea. And the established roads from these two passes
there.
run right to base Dothrak, the mother of mountains and the sacred womb of the world. So this all fits together.
Okay, and there's the pickaxe change out. Tempted to put this temporal gear right into this thing. I do have translocator engineering. In order to do that, I guess we need to get the metal parts first. These.
Travelers name these the haunted lands for the many ruined cities that dot them, or the great desolation for their emptiness. But it is as the Dothraki
oh, come on, game.
grasslands are best known today. That usage is comparatively recent, however, for the Dothraki are young.
Okay, so we got the metal parts in there. There's one. We need two more now. But I might as well put it in there because I have one at home that we can use for the other main purpose of these things. But one of the main purposes of temporal gears is to make translocators work for you. So I don't mind having that at all. Let me just probe here. At 105, I mean, very unlikely that it would be up this high, but okay, we're getting drifter sounds, which might mean we might be about to break into another cave section.
This next passage tells of the Dothraki's encroachment on the kingdom of Sauron following the Doom. Contemptuous of
I mean, where was it? Right about here? Wouldn't hurt to at least make a little indication that there's a sound heard right around here. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go down about as far as we can with ladders. Now, I always seem to find my iron around 60 deep. but it could be 80, it could be 70, it could be 90, who knows. And so what we'll do is we'll just look at each step. Never mind, there it is. Oh, buddy, and it's bountiful. Wow, that's awesome. That is so lucky. Okay, so this is gonna be our way out, and I'm just gonna mine up a whole bunch of iron now. Yeah. Let's get a couple stacks. Bountiful is great. Bountiful is the best. This is fantastic. This is such a lucky find. I mean, I guess this chunk does have, I think it said very high iron, so it's pretty awesome. Okay, so let's... Alright, so this is just our little dumping area. Oh man, what I wouldn't give for Vein Miner in X Skills. Also, I think though, there's other mods that do similar things. I think maybe Rustbound Magic might have a mass mining tool you can make eventually. I don't know, I've only lightly explored that mod. Looking forward to getting back into it. I might bring back my Japanese Village Island world once more mods catch up. Okay, excellent iron vein here. I mean, it's bountiful. Iron veins tend to be big. Like, I'd say the average iron vein, if it's bountiful anyway, could probably last you, I'm not going to say an entire game, but really get you through most of the game. And I'm going to try to get at least a couple stacks of iron here. Okay, this goes down here. We are getting some temporal instability, as you would expect down here. So that's nothing to be too worried about. But we just got to keep our eye on that. I mean, this is just, I don't know, I feel, what's a good comparison? There's a historical comparison. This is like, if you're trying to survive in the desert and you find a big spring of water, or if you're, I don't know, mining for gold and you find a huge, well, just too direct of a comparison. I don't know, there's just a lot of little comparisons you can make. You're a kid in a candy store and you have access to the whole store for a night. You know, Whatever. I am living large. Yeah, I have room for more. I mean, it almost makes sense to just stay down here as long as I possibly can mining. But I can always come back. It is not inconvenient to come back at all. Getting a little thinner maybe down here.
This is approximately the same mythical spiritual purpose of the great Egyptian pyramids, according to the pyramid text, conveying the pharaoh's spirit into the duals, into the afterlife. And the pyramids similarly are aligned to the cardinal directions and also pointed at certain stars like Sirius on certain important days in order to create a similar kind of sky-ground mirror. That, of course, is hardly unique to the pyramids. That's just a very common principle that ancient man subscribed to, aligning the monuments on the earth to the stars and the various important solstices, equinoxes, etc., etc. There's a similar thing happening when the one-eyed crone of the Darsh Kalim gives the prophecy of the stallion who mounts the world to David.
Okay, so those are full.
As you can see from the quote on the screen.
And we've got the beginning of a third stack. Maybe we'll get, I think we'll get the full third, but I just don't think we're going to be temporarily stable enough to justify going for a fourth. And frankly, once we get a third stack, I mean, that's good enough to make it all the iron tools we're going to need. So really good entry amount for iron working in this game. But I think I have enough time just barely to get a full third stack here before the instability gets to me and becomes like dangerously unhealthy. Okay, so we're about to get our full third stack here. I haven't done any blacksmithing yet in this game, and I've already got iron. That's crazy. I hardly ever have things happen in this order, but it's definitely arguably the most efficient order to do things in. One more. Okay. I think that'll have to do for now. Just looking for any crystals that I might have missed. Don't see any. Go ahead and put this here. Okay, so fairly safe passage as well. These narrow passages are often not problematic for enemy spawns. So now I can just take this all the way up to the surface, and we can go back now, and then I'll need fire clay. Now I've got a couple ideas for fire clay. I mean, the traditional method is to burn flint, which we have a ton of, and then quern it, and then add it to regular clay. Happy to do some of that. And it is, we did mine through the night, so it's 4 in the morning, that's nice. But I also found some fire clay. Now, in normal vanilla Vintage Story, fire clay is quite rare. You can find it. It's probably 1 out of every 10 or 15 clay patches or whatever. I don't know the exact number. But in this kind of modded thing with my the rivers mod here, here's more copper too. Don't mind that. Well, we're going to need more copper anyway to do automation later, but great to find that. Anyway, the point is that, yeah, the Rivers mod adds a fairly, like, I don't want to use the word obnoxious, but a OP amount, excuse me, I had to yawn, of fire clay along riverbanks, which I believe is disruptive to the balance of the game. So I think maybe just as a matter of honor, I will pursue the corn method at least for the first, handful of fire clay that I make, but then I might go mine it after that, Elfin saddle, nice. There's a little tiny fruit fly flying around in my room. It keeps landing on me and making me itch. Alright, so more copper. This is great. Oh, and by the way, we depleted... Oh yeah, we already marked that, yeah, okay. This implies that the ancestor gods of the great empire of the dawn lived among the stars, and indeed, I believe that the god on Earth's divine parents, the lion of night and the maid of light, are celestial deities, ones which represent the bright face and the dark face of the sun, as weird and esoteric as that sounds. So the maid of light is pretty transparently based on the Japanese sun goddess Amaterasu, whose full name translates to the great august goddess who shines in heaven. Thus, the maiden of light, a wolf. Whose name is actually oh god, the bear behind me, even way worse than a wolf. That could kill me. That could kill me. We must run. I'm caught up on the angles. At least we're close to home now. Still pursuing. Defiles her palace with a series of unholy acts, with the result being that Amaterasu is offended, and so hides herself behind the door of her heavenly rock cave. I think we're good on the pursuit of the bear there. Let's see if I can just climb up the back way into my home now. Very nice, very nice. Cool. Okay, and we're home and we have iron. We have motherfucking iron. Okay, so first things first. Let's grab a full stack of flint now. And put that on the fire. And we're probably going to need just... I'm going to get 16 and see how much that gets me. Get that lit up there. And then, wait. I think I've got this stored here. Yeah. Okay, there it takes care of our hunger. And will start causing us to get healed as well. Go ahead and throw this crimson maple somewhere, maybe up here. Just as the sun is usually the king of gods or queen of gods in the case of Amaterasu. So what then is a lion of night that runs wild and ravages everyone during the long night when there is no sun visible? Well, I think it's some sort of dark version of the sun, as strange as that sounds. And in actual fact, when there is a volcanic winter or impact winter condition, okay, the sun is more likely to appear as like a purplish gray disc or even sometimes a dark red disc. In worst case scenario, if that doesn't pan out, I think we've some fire clay I've noticed somewhere. Right over here, there's fire clay. I may not have marked it in this riverbed system.
Of a night sun deity that is fairly well known in the Mayan religion called the jaguar god of terrestrial.
Okay, I have to go pee real quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna keep streaming though, don't worry. I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Since the jaguar was pretty much the apex predator in
Here, you can...
South America and Mexico.
Oh, that's not gonna produce hardly any. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, but I'm gonna grab just a quick little bite to eat from the kitchen. Okay, I've returned.
The underworld is shaking right now with the journey of the terrestrial night sun. In any case, the Mayans did imagine this
couple things. First of all, we're gonna need a quern,
during his journey through the underworld. So
which means we're gonna need to. Let's see here.
From the cave before the appointed time. That's kind of what we're talking about with the Lion of Night. This is a twisted, pissed off.
So we need to get 4 granite blocks now, and we'll just do that simply here by isolating them on all sides until they pop up like that. That's one. Probably the best way to do this. It's definitely not the way I'm doing it right now. It's 2. This will be 3 here in a second.
Some people say maybe the Lion of Night is the moon, since the moon is a deity mostly that's out at night. And also there is a white lion that Drogo slays, and then Dany wears.
4.
So maybe white lion, white moon. However,
I think it's 4 unless I'm misremembering the recipe. No, we're good. Okay, and we will need a chisel as well, and that's not a problem.
So that sounds again like a dark sun, like an inverted sun.
What we'll simply do to make that.
Appearance in Great Empire of the Dawn mythology, and that would be the pearl palanquin of the god Emperor, the god on Earth. This god on Earth who descends from the
man,
stars
why are
and
you
ascends
here?
back to the stars would be probably the Great Empire of the Dawn's depiction of Venus, the morning star.
God, I need a Fox.
Which, as I mentioned,
I might die.
appears to rise up from the horizon to the heavens when it's in the morning star position, or to descend from or fall from heaven to the horizon when it's in its even star position. For this reason, Venus is sometimes cast in the role of the sun god in various religions.
Okay, we've killed this thing. I don't know where it came from, by the way.
Jesus is compared to the morning star, or such as in Mayan mythology, where the famous hero twins who descend down to the underworld are analogized to Venus.
Okay, we do have a birch tree that grew up there. That's beautiful. I love what they've done with the sun and the moon in this recent update. It's very beautiful, and it really is quite logical in the sky.
Is often seen near the crescent moon, which is actually what these star and crescent symbol of Islam is based on. I think that's also an image of the god on earth, of the morning star king on his pearl palanquin, with his 100 wives, quote unquote, no doubt representing the rest of the starry host. So to bring this back around to the Dothraki, you can see how the Dothraki believes about the stars being their ancestors and their customs of worshipping the sun and moon and perhaps the morning star as gods could have evolved out of the great empire of the Dawn religion, fragments of which the Dothraki's ancestors would have carried with them over the Bones Mountains to their new homeland. And in particular, take note of how Dothraki belief has Drogo, the Great Call, essentially mimicking the god on earth by ascending to the stars to join his forebears when he dies. So that Dothraki custom in particular really does seem consistent and perhaps based on the great
sorry, I was eating,
about their very
as you can
first
clearly hear.
the god on earth. Now, it
All right,
occurs to me that
so
the
now,
extreme taboo that the Dothraki have
right,
against blood magic may also
I need
stem
to,
from the memory of this blood betrayal of the Amethyst Empress and of the blood magic performed by the Bloodstone Emperor.
let's put the anvil,
Memory of the great empire of the Dawn for the ancestors of the Dothraki.
here's what I'm going to do, I'm going to build up a little
Magic with being the cause of the long
little
night
thing
as
here.
the Etish and the Shai records and mythologies do. Well, and it's no wonder that they would make the sign of the cross at Mary Mazdur when she starts talking about necromancy and blood magic that she wants to perform on the dying body of their call, Drogo. And you recall that several Dothraki even fight against Jorah and Dany to try to keep them from entering the tent and completing the ritual. So another piece of cultural evidence that the Dothraki come from inside the great empire of the Dawn and remember Ashai and all the bad things that happened during the
Okay,
night.
so that's a fairly nice little overhang there. A couple things. First of all, we need to make a handful of these forges like that. Boy, this is such a rainy area. I like the rain. I really do. Okay, so there's 4 there. Let's expand this by 1. Cool. And then these need to get baked up anyway. Okay. Oh, I have to break it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we've got the anvil. And this is all underneath the overhang. And yeah. Well, we'll probably get 24 out of that or so. But we need to get the chisel. So take that. And we need a saw too, so I might as well just make that while we're at it. Okay. Should I just make an axe or something as well? No, I'll wait on the axe until we get iron. Okay. So let that cook up. Did not mean to go to bed there.
Very haggard old crone, apparently, but that's my crone voice. I have a few variations on it. It's more or less the Monty Python crone voice, but listen to the spam sketch and you'll get it. So here we have a starry Khalasar covering the earth and bringing destruction to everything, and they hold in their hands shining blades of razor grass.
Firewood, I might as well put that out.
Frankly, it sounds like just another description of the ghost grass, and the ghost grass does the same thing as this Khalasar.
And there's our bony soil as well. Okay, so where are we at with that? Yeah. Let's go ahead and get just a little bit more on that. Then over here, these are just about ready, so we'll go ahead and grab this. And our hammer.
In other words, it looks to me like both of these Dothraki prophecies, the Doomsday one about the ghost grass, as well
Okay, I need to put our seeds away so we have a little bit more inventory room. I'll put these away as well. Okay. And now we can go ahead and pick these up. First one is going to be the fucking, oh god, what was it going to do? Saw, we'll do that one first.
Overall, I think we can say that George has done a great job of leaving a trail of religious customs and beliefs that lead from the great empire of the Dawn right to base Dothraki, one which matches the trail that he told us the ancestors of the Dothraki followed, over the Bones Mountains and onto the steppe lands of the Great Grass Sea. That's basically what I wanted to show you today, but I've got one nice little bonus section for you. It's a little more speculative, but yeah, feel free to move on with your day if you want to, but if you want to stick around, I will tell you which dynasty of the great empire of the Dawn Gemstone Emperors the Dothraki may come from. Alright, so which lineage of the great empire of the Dawn did the Dothraki descend from?
There we go. So that's
the Onyx Emperor, of course.
very good.
The gemstones of the Gemstone Emperors do correspond to eye color, at least in Dany's dream of them. And in the very first scene that Dany sees Drogo, you read this. Khal Drogo has never lost a fight. He is Aegon
And there we go.
Lord come again, and you will be his queen.
And then we need the chisel.
Khal Drogo. His face was hard and cruel, his eyes as cold and dark as onyx. Her brother hurt her sometimes when she woke the dragon, but he did not frighten her the way this man frightened her. So in the scene, Viserys names Drogo a reborn dragon lord, and then Daenerys is looking at Drogo and comparing the cruelty and hardness of his features to Viserys Targaryen, who is also the blood of the dragon. So that's two comparisons of Drogo to a dragon lord, and it's interesting that it comes in this line about Drogo's eyes being like onyx. Later,
There we go. There is the chisel. So now, 2 sticks, I think it is. That and that and this. There's the quern. Alright, and then we can also make the saw now. That's really awesome step up in technology. Okay, so now that we have the quern, how many can this hold? I can keep going on that. That's awesome too. Okay, we've got 24 like I predicted of these, so we'll go ahead and get the quern out, and we'll go ahead and put this in here. And we're going to have to do it manually. So if I hold this, you can see the green arrow going. And I'm just going to keep doing this for a second while I run to the kitchen. I'm going to just hold the mouse with my one hand as this continues. And I'm just going to go grab a little bit more of this pork I'm eating. But, you know, this stuff does go a long way. I will say that. So even though it's a pain in the ass to make, it goes a decent way. Now there's a way to automate this, and we'll do that in the near future. So we're going to have to make a windmill rig. Okay, let's see how we're doing on this as I come back to the computer here. Okay, very good, and we are done. Sweet. Great timing, actually. Right, 1 second here.
Gemstone Emperor King list. It's hard to say, since he is a gardener. But what we can be sure of is that when he wrote The World of Ice and Fire, he told us that the Dothraki came from over the Bones Mountains, which means from inside the Great Empire of the Dawn. And we can also say that George created these cultural and religious links between the Dothraki and the Great Empire of the Dawn. So, given that, I thought these dragon ideas being hung on Drogo were worth mentioning. Now, additional corroboration of the idea of the Dothraki having had an origin east of the Bones Mountains can be found in the cultural similarities between them and the Zorse-riding Jogo Snai, who do still live east of the Bones, squarely inside the old borders of the Great Empire of the Dawn.
Okay, sorry about that. So we'll take this 24, and let's go grab our clay. We can just do 16 of this for now. And there we go, we got 2 stacks of fire clay. Now, we're gonna have to take all this and make it into these bricks. 32 bricks, that's probably pretty good. You need a 12 per dealio. So that's 12. Can I get 4 more? Do I have any clay? Shit, I keep going to bed accidentally. Yeah, I mean, I've got plenty of whatever. I'm gonna need more sticks anyway, so let's just go down and get more sticks and more red clay, I guess. Put these down. I just need to make a little inventory space. Bum 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 bum. That's fine. And there's the moon and the sun, very beautiful still. 1 second.
They are in fact descended from the deep ones, and lending some kind of credibility to this weird collection of ideas are 2 physical artifacts which present problems for the Maester's official timeline of Westeros. That's right, we get a little timeline heresy coming, just a little. And of course, those 2 artifacts that I'm talking about are the Seastone Chair and Castle Pike itself. The Seastone Chair, as we all know, is a big hunk of oily black stone carved into a kind of kraken throne, while Castle Pike is a crumbling remnant of a castle built on top of an equally crumbling peninsula. Supposedly, both Kraken Throne and Crumbling Castle were found as is by the first Ironborn to arrive on the Iron Islands. Oh, and did I say 2 artifacts make that 3? Because there's also a giant petrified weirwood ark on Old Wing, and that's definitely going to need some explaining. So as you can see, George R. R. Martin, our beloved author, has created a fun mystery for us readers here with these Ironborn. And I'm going to try to peel this one apart for you like no one ever has, so strap in. Yeah, it's a Theon peeling flaying joke and also a Theon strapped to a cross joke, I'm sorry. But the truth of the Ironborn that I think I've discovered is very dark indeed, even darker than anything we find at the Dreadfort, if you can believe that. Because we're going a full 40 fathoms down. That is not dead, which can eternal lie, and after strange eons, even
That's so delicious. 1 second, guys. Gotta get a napkin. There we go. It's much better. So delicious. Okay. Now, back to what I was doing. Let's find some clay. You'll note, by the way, that I have this brown indicator here too. What that is if you look here, roughly, got high fertility soil that we might as well gather up while we're here. I found this the other day while I was out walking. Let's see how much we can get here.
Anyway, consider the words also of the great American electro-pop band, Devo, which is a little more up my alley, pop culture-wise. And Devo
that it though? We only got 6? That's pathetic. I don't know. We might look harder at some other time. Okay. So, I mean, I feel like I can get I feel like I can dig up fire clay now because I've made it the proper way, like out of honor. This is blue clay though, not even fire clay. It's not even red clay. But I'll take it. It's enough to get me what I need probably. Perfectly acceptable alternative to farming, but their gathering is just stealing, and their hunting amounts to kidnapping people to be thralls and salt wives. The Ironborn deride the Greenlands. Okay, there's more blue soil or blue clay here. Go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna need like I don't know, 48 or 50, you know, 6 times 8 sticks. So 48 sticks roughly. We're gonna need a bunch of grass too. We can get that up top, I mean. But let's at least get a stack of this blue clay. I might go downriver further and see if there's any other types of clay. Well, there's our 1 stack. Might as well get this whole deposit though while I'm here. Oh, are we getting attacked? God bless America, I hate those guys. I assume he's from over across. Yeah, he's from that cave. That's one bad thing about all these goddamn caves. Nice to see some fish in the river too. I mean, the addition of fish and grasshoppers and stuff in this edition is really nice. Actually, grasshoppers might have been the last update, honestly. Alright, let's just go down this way a little bit and see if there's any more clay. So this is blue. I'll just mark that. I'm just gonna see if there's any fire clay. Okay, we do have peat here, conveniently. We're doing 19. We need about 48 sticks. We need quite a few more. But let's go over to here and see what the clay situation is like a little bit further upriver. Definitely having a bit of a thunderstorm today too, it looks like.
Yes, I did, and it is quite good. Birthdays are always a little sad for me. For I was born amidst the ashes and grief of summer.
Let me do a quick node search here to see if there's any silver. I haven't really looked for gold or silver yet, but while I'm down here, might as well. There is just regular quartz, no silver there. Alright, let's look over here for fire clay and more sticks. How does... Oh, I always forget that driftwood is not sticks. And there's... Sadly, and I think they should remedy this, there should be a recipe for sticks from other wood type things, in my respectful opinion. There's blue clay there, and going down a bit further,
especially be looking to see if we can connect anything that's happened here at the Iron Islands.
Not seeing any clay. I do see a wolf. I'll just go down a wee bit further, and then we'll call it on the clay situation. That is... Oh, is that an actual... I thought it was ripe. Okay, it's not. Okay. We're just getting rather late. This is beautiful, though. This current situation on the game reminds me of, like, I don't know, being in Canada or something.
Which is really the deeper question here. Did I say deeper? Did I say deep ones?
Okay.
Because of course in the Mo Kalen video, we started highlighting this pattern.
And there's more peat. I'm still tempted to get some of that too, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I think we might just be kind of done with clay in this river. We are going to need lime, I just remembered, and that's not going to be hard because we're basically, I mean, there's like a chalk biome right over here somewhere.
The lost city of Yeen, just made entirely of oily black stone, and the Isle of Toads, where we find very fishy people and that big 40-foot high toadstone idol. Now that brings us to the Iron Islands, of course.
Okay, well I think that's probably as much as we're going to see in terms of, oh wait, what's this? Oh, we do have fire clay. Okay, cool. So let's get like a little stack of fire clay real quick. Yeah, I almost missed this one. I guess in fairness, I did have to kind of look for this, and so it wasn't like super easy to find. And it is getting quite dark, and thus inconvenient to harvest. And there goes our shovel.
What happened to the Isle of Wick? What is the truth of Naga's ribs? Why are there so many clues about a lost cycle of weirwood worship on the Iron Islands? And yes, what is the truth of these insidious and persistent rumors of the Deep One's breeding teams? So as you can see, that's a lot to try to wrap your arms around, which is why I've got my Octopus t-shirt on.
Okay, well,
yes, so we're going to split this into 3 videos.
41.
Keep everything to about an hour apiece. So today will be mostly
42.
The Iron Islands. Then in the next video, we'll do the Grey King, Naga's bones, and the weirwood stuff that I just mentioned. And the video after that will be the mother of all Deep Ones theories.
Alright, let's get at least 44.
Fully satisfying explanation of the Deep One involvement in the world of Ice and Fire. Let's start with the 2 artifacts I mentioned at the top: the Seastone Chair, Castle Pike.
Alright, let's get one more of these.
Seastone chairs mentioned in 2 passages in the world of Ice and Fire, where the Maesters are speculating.
No, I need something divisible by 4.
And both are fascinating. Anytime you can quote a guy named Sauron Sultan.
Okay, 56 divisible by 4. Sweet. Okay.
According to their faith,
now I need to get out of here.
Apart from the common run of mankind. We did not come to these holy islands from godless lands across the seas. The priest Sauron Sultan once said. We come from beneath those seas, from the watery halls of the drowned god, who made
God damn it. I hate these guys. Alright, well, here's where we found our original source of tin, by the way. A rare surface deposit. But we're officially gonna get to the Iron Age tonight, and then, I don't know, I'll probably call it at that point.
Archmaester Hereg once advanced the interesting notion that the ancestors of the Ironborn came from some unknown land west of the Sunset Sea, citing the legend of the Seastone Chair, the throne of the Greyjoys,
Hearing
carved into the shape of a kraken.
Sounds of things behind me, it's never a great sound to hear.
Hereg argued that the chair was a product of the first.
Hope there's a shiver, that's never fun either.
And only the later histories of Maester's acceptance alike began to claim that they were in fact descended of the first men. But this
How are we doing on sticks? We got 23, we're gonna need more than that. Man.
Yet, however the Ironborn arose, it cannot be denied that they stand apart, with customs
I hate these guys. Get out of here.
unlike those common elsewhere in the Seven Kingdoms. So a lot of that is just sort of putting the meat on the bones of what I was saying at the top about the general mystery of the Ironborn origins. And you do gotta love how the Maesters simultaneously scoff the notion that the Ironborn might have a non-First Men origin, while also admitting that they are so culturally unique.
Okay, I think I've eluded the shiver. But okay, there's a Bowtorn. Doesn't seem to have aggroed on me though.
A real Ironborn who also had the benefit of an education from the Citadel all the way up to the level of Archmaester, was actually in a great position to form a hypothesis about all this. And perhaps he was onto something. Perhaps the Seastone Chair and Castle Pike as well.
Alright, so yeah, I've got a few. Every time I come home, it's like it starts raining. I don't mind that. Oh, there's Bowtorn. That's not great. Not great. And yes, that was an auxiliary bed from one time where I couldn't get home. Alright, we're just gonna beeline it to the bed here. Not great, not great. Okay, come on, open, wake up. It wouldn't let me, like, act normally there because I had the basket open at the same time. Okay, I'm just gonna come down here quickly to get away, and then we're gonna go get some sticks. Maybe even some healing. Okay, I think we're safe from enemies there. A dead hen. I do need to start thinking about animal husbandry too.
Suggested that the chair was left by visitors from across the Sunset Sea, but there is no evidence for this, only speculation. See, I told you, these are just drunken sailor songs, man. No, I'm kidding, of course. These songs that the drowned men sing are a large part of the canon of Ironborn folklore, and apparently these songs simply reflect
I'll get 4 of these.
One which yet another Maester has stopped to ponder the truth of. So as you can see, there is a genuine question here as to whether there may have been some non-First Men to inhabit the Iron Islands in the distant past.
And that gives us 34, so that's 4. I prefer a few more.
Obviously here we're thinking of the Deep Ones or Deep One.
Let's see, 35, maybe 36 or so.
So there could be some strange humanoids coming from there too. The important thing is that some Ironborn believe, many Ironborn believe I should say, that they are descended from this ancient mystery people who may have sailed
38. It'd be nice if I had at least 40.
Or may have
Oh, there's another rift there. Not that it's as problematic in the day.
Twice now of this delightful legend of the sea stone chair's origin. It was just found, sitting there on the shores of Old Wick by the first Ironborn, or maybe by the first men to arrive there. And some believe that it was
scare those chickens towards my base there, and let me get a few of these cattails for the healing. Maybe if I start using this copper one, it'll be better. We've been very, very reluctant to get any kind of offensive weaponry going.
I want to make sure that everyone realizes that First Men is not the name of a coherent tribe or ethnic.
Okay, let's go ahead and get these heals in.
Andals, Rhoynar, or Valyrians, but rather a descriptive term that the Andals seem to have used to mean everyone who was in Westeros when we got there. We always have to keep in mind that the Andals are the authors of Westeros' written history, and it's told from their point of view.
Cool. Okay, so that will at least stabilize our health for now. Now, where did those chickens go? Oh, they're right there.
Sometimes the name of a tribe or ethnic group can be a very simple term like First Men, just expressed in their native language. For example, Rhoynar means something like people of the Rhoyne, which is of course a river that is sacred to them and which they call their mother. But if the First Men had called themselves First Men, they would have done so in the Old Tongue, which isn't spoken anymore. So let's say the Old Tongue word for First Men was, I don't know, Garthlings. Just roll with that. Then the First Men would refer to themselves as Garthlings, and the Andals would have called them that as well. The kings of Westeros would then be the kings.
Okay, so we're getting a nice little family of chickens right up to the mountain here.
Wouldn't that be cool? And actually, some people in the fandom have been calling the planet of ice and fire Gur, since it's GRRM's Earth, and since George has, well, Gur. So, Garthlings, it kind of works. I myself like Planetos, but, you know, whatever. So, as you can see, First Men appears to be a descriptive term.
Okay. I'm going to leave the chickens in this little pond. I'm going to mark it right there. And hopefully they'll be right around there when I get back. I might make a chicken pen down there at some point for them. Now that we have a saw. Okay, but there, as you can see, is the problem with our base. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make the rest of this fire clay with what we have here.
Some of the people in ancient Westeros on the coastlines worshipped wind and sea gods of various sorts, such as the Ironborn, the ancient
and then we're going to make
and the people on the Three Sisters Islands, and actually even the Tully funeral rites, which are basically Viking funeral rites.
That many.
Belief in watery halls.
Okay, so there we go.
Then, of course, most of the people in ancient Westeros.
So we'll go ahead and put these in now. So 24, we can do 2 more. Perfect.
Of crab gods at Storald's Point, which is Hardhome, by the way. We have those Thens up in their hidden valley with their own unique traditions, where they still speak the Old Tongue and revere their Magnon.
So we got 4 of those, and then 2 more for those. 8, 16, 32. We'll be fine to do at least the fire clay portion of this right now. And we'll need 40 grass.
Doesn't talk about Westeros because Old Town is basically a hotbed of ancient mariner activity and worse. Now, if you've read the Old Town section of The World of Ice and Fire, which is like 5 or 6 pages long and incredibly fascinating, and especially if you know my Great Empire of the Dawn video, which is like 45 minutes long and incredibly fascinating, then you know that the Viewstone Fortress at Old Town, which sits beneath the High Tower, as well as other evidence there, essentially proves that dragon lords from somewhere very far away that's not Valyria
30.
came to Westeros in very ancient day, before the Long Night and before the rise of Valyria.
34.
These are the Great Empire of the Dawn people, and almost certainly these would be the same people as the first Danes, who look like dragon lords and
Okay, there's 40.
Star to Westeros. And so even by itself, the Dane story is yet another account of immigrants coming to Westeros who seem different than the rest of the First Men. Lannister
There we go.
such a tale. That's right, House Lannister, come on down. Because Lan the Clever, who winkled
And there we go.
dastardly rock,
Okay, so now what we need is 16 of these.
have come from the east in some versions of the story. So, just how far east we talking here, guys? Is that signature golden Lannister hair, never blonde, always golden? Perhaps the same golden.
Okay, we'll go ahead and light these up.
Dany's vision of the gemstone-eyed
And 16 hours apiece. That'll give us just enough time to make a chicken pen.
Alright, that's it for your Lannister's secret dragon lords from the Great Empire of the Dawn theory.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, yes. Jaime and Cersei.
So now we're on our way to having iron, which is fantastic. Let me check on these cherry trees. They're still establishing. Okay. We need a tree. I guess we could just use this pine tree.
Looks like we actually have a solid stretch of southwest Westeros, which was colonized by ancient mariners.
I don't even have an axe on me.
Certainly the Great Empire of the Dawn. Take a look at the map here. We've got Starfall, Old Town, Casterly Rock, and then the Iron Islands. All of these places have very clear claims to descend from non-First Men, and all are on the coast of southwest Westeros. So this entire stretch of Westeros is part of one big ancient mariner colonization. Then I've always thought that this would have happened for one of two reasons. One, the Great
Be nice if I can get a pine cone.
did sail east from Shire
Also, let me check.
across the Sunset Sea.
It's not clear to me what the current.
So basically the reverse of Alyssa Farm.
I know that primitive survival sometimes allows you to make leaking resin logs, but I guess I can't do that. That's fine. It might be a configuration thing. Anyway, we got a pine cone, so I'm happy to chop this down. Not seeing any freebie pine cones there. That's fine. Okay, so now with our saw though, we can finally do this. We can take these and make fences and shit.
We also have to consider the presence of other old races of humanoids in Westeros. Deep ones, the children of the forest, giants, green men.
We can also make
There is, of course, very strong evidence that humans have interbred with all of these.
large troughs for sure,
And that may account
but also small troughs.
between different groups of people. The deep ones are
And then we can also make
in the shadows of Ironborn history.
with just a little bit of grass,
Was a wild continent where the children
our egg laying
were once found everywhere, and there's a lot of
thing
evidence that the green men had a large influence on the ancient human
by simply going like
Westeros as well.
this.
Legends of Garth the Green and his descendants flat out claiming
There.
that many or even most of the
Okay, so
men in the south descend in part from the green men. Because again, Garth the Green is described
with
exactly
these
like a green man,
tools in mind,
said to be the father
in addition to a little bit of grain that we've been saving, we're going to go ahead and make
Let's think again about this creepy story of the
some
Seastone chair being found on the
a chicken pen. We need a couple more sticks maybe.
who arrived there. I'll make it a little more comfortable.
Boy, these rifts need to go away.
Split here. Talk about the Seastone chair. It's getting a little warm here in the Sacramento studio. That's right. I'm expecting lots of take it off comments in the comments. Don't let me down. It's interesting to note that the story implies that the Seastone chair was transported from Old Wick over to Pike and then up to the Great Keep of Castle Pike, which would have been tricky. The Great Keep isn't the one furthest out, which is only connected by that terrible
There we go.
swing rope bridge, but rather the closest island to the main
Now we've got a
island of
couple
Pike,
of gates
which
as
is
well.
connected by
So,
a stone bridge.
okay, so what we'll do, and I will eventually build a chicken coop. We always have to
Sail it from one
do
island
that
to the
after all.
other
But
by
for
research.
now,
So, a stone about that size,
where do we leave the chickens? There they are, right there.
It's heavy, it's big rock. So for this reason, I tend to think that this part of the legend is probably true.
Okay, so I guess I gotta figure out what makes sense for a chicken coop or chicken pen. Maybe right here. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right here. which means I have to clear out these fucking... I hate these things. They're beautiful. I'm glad they're in the game, but man, you gotta clean these up. This is just weeds. Okay.
Lives in the sea, so yeah, there's that. Now, it also makes sense that it might have been found on the shoreline by the ocean for reasons of religion. Before it was used as a throne, it was likely a stone idol.
Okay, so if I were to go like something like this,
and it likely would have been used for religious rites conducted very close to the sea or in the sea, just as Aaron Damphair conducts his religious rites.
Getting hungry.
I say religious rites by the sea involving the sea stone chair. Yes, I do mean some sort of ritualized.
Okay, so what I'm also going to do is put these small troughs in here with grain.
And yes, carving a throne out of a squid idol and then parking your royal Greyjoy ass on it might not have been the brightest idea, but again, the Ironborn aren't exactly looking for bright ideas.
There we go, and I'll just munch down the rest of these. Okay, and then we're going to put the nesting boxes in as well.
There is no
okay.
oily black stone anywhere on the Iron Islands, or even anywhere in Westeros that we know of, save for the possibility that Moat Caelin's black basalt is actually oily black stone. And check out the Moat Caelin video for that discussion. But the point is, no other oily black stone on the Iron
Okay,
Islands.
so
This is not a piece of
let me see if I can persuade the chickens to go up there now by coming at them from behind a little bit.
You do have to have a lot of stuff brought there. It's just kind of how it is. Just ordered this lovely sea stone chair from
They seem to be walking there voluntarily at this point.
So it was definitely brought to the
I'll just let them walk right in.
Well, Ashai is suspect number 1, being the largest repository of oily black stone. And also, since these ancient mariners are very likely from the Great Empire.
Cool. Okay, they're all in there. That was so easy. It's like one of the easiest animal captures I've ever done, and as you can see, we have a hen and a rooster and a chick of unknown sex. So that is now a fully functioning chicken pen. And yeah, we'll build a coop there eventually as well. I guess I could put these back here now. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good.
Anyway, the bottom line is that Ashai and the
go ahead and tiny little bit of hand landscaping here. I'm just gonna smooth this out just a hair, like that, that, and then I need to do one here and one here. Very good. Okay, so that is great that we have the chicken pen, and we'll probably dig a little entrance to it from elsewhere at some point. Now, as far as the other animal types, I mean, I don't even know how I'm gonna get the pigs up here. I imagine maybe through this way, and if that's the case, then I'm probably going to want to make that trough over here. Or that pen, I mean. So I guess for now, I'll just kind of temporarily place these troughs on this side so that they're ready for animals when the time is right. Frankly, I could put it right by my mycelium plot. Okay, well, absolutely no sign of mushrooms yet here.
So like I said, they're covering for a general lack and totally crappy weather with an austere warrior's ethos, and that's kind of their thing. Now, the Maesters in the World of Ice and Fire tell us that Pike is neither the largest nor the grandest castle on the Iron Islands, but it may well be the oldest, and it is from there that the lords of House Greyjoy rule the island. It has long been their contention that the Isle of Pike takes its name from the castle, a
small folk of the islands insist the opposite is true.
Pike is so ancient that no one can say with certainty when it was built, nor the name of the lord who built it.
Like the Seastone chair,
Its origins are lost in mystery. Well, hot damn, it's a castle so old no one knows who built
Well,
it. Just kind of think
next
Pike
thing I
around
should
here.
probably do
Now, distinctly,
is
Castle Pike features curved walls and
get
round
some
towers, which are engineering
animal
feats that the
pelts
first men were
so I can start
apparently
making
not
leather.
capable of. Nor even
I do have a
the
little
Andals,
bit
so
of
say the
chalk.
Maesters. So unless the Maesters are wrong about
Probably need
that,
more
the
chalk.
implication is
Let's
that
start with
the
that. Let's
first
start with the
men
easy
did
stuff.
not build
We'll go get
Castle
some
Pike.
chalk.
And that's
If I run
certainly
across
all
animals on the
maybe
way
the
that I want to
Maesters
kill, I will
know. The Maesters
make
say
spears
Pike
and
is
kill
so
them.
old no one knows who built it, and indeed it is pretty clear that
Problem
this
is,
castle was first built before the
mostly
land
I'm going to run into
collapsed.
things that I'd want to
So, if
breed.
this land collapse was tied to the
I say that
Andal
as a
Wars,
fox
then
goes running
that
by.
could put the date of the construction
I don't have
of the
any
in the
flint
very
on me.
distant past, indeed. Definitely
But I
before
got to
modern
pass time while
landscape
we're waiting
traceable
on
into
the
earliest days of human
fire bricks.
habitation in Westeros. Maybe even before, if the Squishers built it. Which, yeah, again, in the Moat Cailin investigation, I came away pretty convinced that it was built either by the Deep Ones,
There we go.
or perhaps by their hybrid thralls under Deep One's supervision. So this does have to be considered as a potential theory of origin for Castle Pike as well. Lovecraft's Deep Ones do build stone cities. As
A
do the
dead-ass
King's
raccoon,
descendants.
large
So
bite
it's
marks.
very likely that
So
Martin's Deep
probably
Ones
not
would be
anything
borrowed
on
from
this guy,
Lovecraft,
but we'll see.
basically Old-Clawed Doom
We
as
did
well.
get a pelt.
Alright, here's another tasty passage from the World of Ice and Fire about Castle Pike. Once, centuries ago, Pike was
Let's do a
as
probe
other
here.
castles, built upon solid stone, on a cliff overlooking the sea, with a wall and keeps and towers. But the cliffs it rested upon were not as solid as they seemed, and beneath the endless pounding of the waves, they began to crumble. Walls fell, the ground gave way, outer buildings were lost. What remains of Pike today is a complex of towers and keeps scattered across
Okay, so
half a
there's
dozen
possibility of
islands and
10
sea
down here.
stacks above the booming waves. A section of curtain wall with a great gatehouse
Oh god.
and defensive towers
Oh
stretches
wow.
across the
That
head,
hurt.
the only access to the castle, and is all that remains
Can
of
I
the
make
original
ladders out of
fortress.
these?
A stone bridge from the headland leads to the
I don't
first
think I
and
can.
largest islands, and the great keep of
Oh,
Pike.
that sucks. Okay.
So it's interesting to note that the Maesters claim here that the Great Keep is the only part of the original castle to survive, because when Theon comes home to Pike
I do
in
this all the
Clash
time.
of Kings, he thinks to
I just
himself
sort of
that
recklessly
the
jump down a
round
giant
sea
pit like
tower,
that.
which is on the outermost of the islets, the one connected by the horrible
Go
road
down
next to
here.
Balin Falls from, that is in fact the oldest part of the castle. But here's what I'm asserting. None of this castle
You're gonna need a
was
new
really built
pickaxe soon.
after the partial collapse of this jut of land. That would be both nearly impossible engineering-wise and completely pointless. I mean, imagine all the work it would take to build a tower on top of a crumbling seamont. And why would you think the seamont pillar would even last very long? I mean, each brick that you set down on top of the thing, you'd be worried about it. You'd be looking for the wobble.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
almost out of this
even
pit.
put a
That's
tower
good.
there? Why not build a
Definitely
castle
not
on
out of the
main
woods yet,
island
though. I need to get out of this
with
cave
half-moon
alive,
shaped
which is
I would assert that that's what
easier said than
they
done.
did, whoever they are. They built the castle on solid land, and then some of the land collapsed, leaving a few towers and keeps standing
Okay, so
on
I
the
came
remaining
from that
seamounts,
direction.
which were later connected
It's all in
by
the hole
bridges
here.
so as to become usable again. The surviving towers and keeps
And this
might have
goes
been
up
repaired a
here.
bit, but I doubt any were completely rebuilt or any new towers built, especially not the round ones like the Sea Tower. If there were visitors or whoever that came to the Iron Islands and left the Seastone chair, then perhaps it is they who had the skill to fashion Pike's round towers, and they who left the ruins of Pike as their legacy, with the Ironborn, if you will, later finding the castle, repairing and building the bridges, and probably dragging the Squid Idol up to the mysterious ancient castle, are conceited to it think, boom, I run this shit down with Lord Reaper Pike.
There we go.
Let's go steal some food, because farming sucks. Who's with me? Oh, sorry, let me just calm down for a second. Being the Lord Reaper of Pike is exhilarating. You should try it sometime. Actually not, you'll get arrested. Now I'm picturing the Monty Python and the Holy Grail ending, where the British police are arresting King Arthur, only it's Balin Greyjoy. But you know what's also thrilling and exciting?
Okay, well, it looks like we've made it out of the cave, which is great. I'll mark that one too.
connected to mainland.
What's it doing? Oh, it's getting lime.
Alright, so here's an interesting question to pose. Just how much land fell into the sea here at Castle Pike? If this was part of the Hammer of the Waters disaster, then it could have been a lot of land. Perhaps even enough to have once joined the Iron Islands to Westeros. Pike Island is
Let's get 4 of these. We can heal again, yet again.
Castle Pike is located on the side
And
closest to mainland Westeros. With the mainland being
let's
only
get
2
some
days
food
sail.
while we're out here too.
It's kind of a curious coincidence, right? The most
Thought I saw.
obviously destroyed part of the Iron Islands just
That must have been a fire particle. Never mind.
minutes
Oh,
running in the
well,
direction of
there's
Westeros. I should also
starting to take
point out
damage
that
from
Pike
food. We're having a rough time of it, aren't we?
one big island, and then a couple of crumbling seamounts with towers. The first 3 sections of the castle, the Great Keep, the Bloody Keep, and the Kitchen Keep, are actually on what are described as islands, with the remaining towers being on the smaller islands.
Another
seamounts. Not much
dead hen.
size cut off between island and islet is, but you get the idea. The land sort of gradually breaks up in this direction, so we have to ask, was there really so much
Here we go.
gradual sea erosion here as to create 3 separate islands, quote unquote,
There we go.
apart from the main island of Pike? Or are we perhaps looking at the remains of a broken isthmus, like I said? Like a smaller version of the broken arm of Dorne, which once connected Essos and Westeros. Perhaps that's how the very first men got here. Perhaps they were later stranded out here after the Hammer of the Waters fell on Westeros.
Okay.
Only to eventually fall into the
So
hands of the Deep
we now
Waters.
need cattails to finish our healing, or alternatively we need well, we need to get our lime, that is to say our chalk as well.
Why is that even a question? Wouldn't it be obvious to assume the castle would be named after the island?
Let's make a couple of spearheads.
Unless the castle was built before the island was an island. Ah, yes. If the land was once joined to Westeros here, then the castle may have been built and named Pike this time. Then, after the land bridge broke, the newly created island would need a name. And so, perhaps it took its name from Castle Pike, which may have been all that survived of the previous civilization. I can't really think of any other way for that mystery to even make sense as having been written in there, except for as a clue that Pike the castle was built before the island was an island. So yeah, it's very satisfying. But let's get into the granular pieces of this potential theory. So Pike's curtain wall, which the Maesters say is definitely original, is built facing the rest of the Iron Islands, almost as if Pike were a fortress built to guard the bottleneck, the far end of our hypothetical land bridge, against incursion from the rest of the land that is now the Iron Islands. If that were so, then Pike would have functioned a lot like Moat Cailin does, sitting astride a continent-connecting piece of land and sort of regulating the flow across it, or stopping the flow. And that's a pretty interesting potential parallel. Now, perhaps...
Might as well start making these path
Pike's
blocks.
curtain wall once made a huge circle
Alright, so
around
now with
the
the
and the rest has
with
just
those we
fallen
can go ahead and
into
make our
but perhaps Pike's curtain wall was
spears
specifically built
mostly.
across the narrowest point of the peninsula to
I still need some
specifically
cattails for healing, and it is nighttime. Actually, might as well sleep it out at the this place before we die.
What really jumped out to me when I was reading Theon's first chapter in the Iron Islands is that Pike has no safe anchorage, with ships such as the one carrying Theon home having to land on the opposite side of the island by the castle of House Botley. Shout out to Tris Botley. Hang in there, champ. She'll say yes one of these times. Actually, no. Maybe go bother someone else. Anyway, now it would have been strange for the original builders of Pike to choose a location on an island for their castle that has no safe harbor. More than strange, really. It's actually something no seafaring people building on an
Go ahead
island
and make
would
this
ever have done. So perhaps
spear.
this
Okay,
offers the idea
perfect.
that Pike was built when this was a peninsula.
And it is 3 a.m.
Builders were not seafaring
Still
people
pretty
who didn't need a
dark
safe harbor,
out,
which
which
implies
is
Pike
concerning.
could have been reached by first
I hate to
men
go back in the
walking
direction of that
westwards,
shiver from
where
earlier,
there
but
used to be a safe
I
harbor
do
here,
need
but
the
it was
chalk.
on the side of the land that fell into the sea. A
And
safe
it basically
harbor
starts right
requires a
over
decent
here.
amount of land, you see, as you essentially need some sort of protected
Here's like
bay,
where we
cove,
spawn
and
anyway, so I
the
guess if
only
we
place
die,
that could have existed
It's not really a huge inconvenience, but alright, let's head up here. Maybe there'll be some cattails up here in these little lakes too. I need 2 cattails. Oh, not that one. Not that one. I think I see some cattails down here at least.
We do find a castle, and it's a very old castle called the Bane Fort, which dates all the way back to the Age of Heroes. The Bane Fort, that's a name that suggests the purpose of this fortress may have originally had something to do with guarding against ancient Ironborn or Deep Ones.
Nice.
However, just as Castle Pike may have, the Iron Islands once connected to Westeros. This fort was built to be the bane of somebody, right? What we can say for sure is that if the island of Pike, I'll give you a little more time to recover, sorry. If the island of Pike once connected to the mainland, then the Bane Fort would have been a fortress built in a strategic location that could potentially control traffic in
Oh wow,
direction.
that was close. Well, between the sleep and these poultices, we'll be in pretty good health. I do want to get at least a stack or so of chalk. Might be worthy of trying to get a cave going. Alright, let's go to this cave right over here.
So gosh, I mean, this guy really does sound like an Ironborn. Well, he sounds like Bane, apparently, but he does sound like an Ironborn, right? With the
oh no, that's just quartz. I need to recode this.
Lord Reaper of Pike. And of course, think of the hooded Grim Reaper. And then with him leading thralls into battle.
Alright, let's go over here. Oh. Field mushroom. Do I need more food? I guess so.
Somewhat unique. The Ironborn also have a famous necromancer in their folklore as well, a dude called Dagon Drum, the necromancer. And House Drum's sigil and basically their entire identity comes from this Dagon Drum, the necromancer.
Alright, let's take a look here at our chalk.
Further, the name Morgan was in Morgan Banefort.
Salt appears to be right on the surface. Makes sense, you know.
Or perhaps he's from whatever culture existed here before the Ironborn were cut off from Westeros.
Okay, not really any good minables.
This might explain how the first men custom of thraldom.
I do like chalk in this game as a building material. I know that might sound weird.
Even while it diminished in mainland Westeros, eventually died out. There does, at the very least, seem to be similar cultural ideas at Pike and the Banefort, so perhaps they were once connected by a land passage and share some very ancient history. Basically, picture a couple of hooded Reaper Kings harvesting squishers. I mean, that's what we got. Now, I will just quickly say that when I first came up with this theory of the Iron Islands being connected to mainland Westeros, I thought it would be merely something just kind of worth mentioning as an aside. But then I found all this Banefort stuff, and it seemed more plausible. And then, as I was revising the script, actually, it finally clicked that the island of Pike could only have taken its name from the castle if the castle had been built before the island was cut off from mainland Westeros and
Alright.
needed its This also very nicely
Definitely having some inventory issues here too, so probably best to just kind of get this stack and be out of here.
So although I'm a little more confident in the simpler idea that whatever land collapse happened here was connected to the Hammer of Waters disaster, for reasons you're about to see in the next section, it to repay land westwards. After all, that's an awful lot of detail for him to give us about how Spain fought in the Age of Heroes, when they barely even come up in the main story at all, only as an aside. Kind of seems like these details might just be clues about the Ironborn mystery, which is very important. And the only mystery they could be giving us clues about is the idea that the Iron Islands
Okay, so
to mainland westwards.
go ahead and head home now
Okay, so what have we learned so far, and what does this mean?
with our full stack of chalk.
Have been some very old, forgotten
Oh
things
god.
of existence here.
Okay, that could have been really bad.
Sea stone chairs, definitely from somewhere else, and therefore it may be that people from very far away sailed here a very, very long time ago. This is also the most obvious explanation for the Ironborn's unique seafaring skill, not found elsewhere amongst the first men, that it was brought here by a seafaring people who came from very far away. All of this makes it more plausible that Castle Pike was also built in the very ancient past, long before
Pear tree, nothing.
quote-unquote began.
Again, the typical thing where you don't get fruit the first year.
Tower design, which is supposedly
Guys, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm probably going to go ahead and quit the stream here. I'll head back. I'll make my first iron. I'll get it ready. And then I'll just stream tomorrow. And we'll do it then. Cool. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Would really love to get this deer.
There's actually quite a lot to work with here. Not only multiple legends about floods, but also potential sign of a meteor strike or a volcanic eruption, which could have been the trigger for flooding and land collapse. That's right, a volcano. Well, maybe. Have a look at Old Wick and Great Wick. Great Wick is a crescent-shaped island and wraps around Old Wick, which is a smaller, roundish island. This could be a match for a caldera island configuration, left over from some huge, ancient volcanic eruption. The simple fact that both islands are called Wick implies that they were once part of the same
There it is.
island. So it would make sense if there was
Where did that guy go?
a larger island of Wick, which was a volcanic island. So the primary Ironborn flood myth is the tale of Naga, the first sea dragon, the mightiest ever to rise from the waves.
Oh, there's a bear.
Fed on krakens and leviathans and drowned whole islands in the wrath. Yet the Grey King had slain her and turned her bones to stone, which are Naga's ribs, which are on the island of Old Wick. So something huge and fiery rose from the waves. And
I mean, I could go for the bear.
this certainly
I mean, it is nice to have large
eruption of Old Wick
skins.
not only destroyed that island, but much of the land in the area. It caused or was paired with significant shaking of the ground. Take note that the small sea
But I think I'm probably not in a position to fight that bear.
that would make a lot
The deer
of
probably
sense,
went down
of
here
course,
somewhere.
Naga myths describing the eruption of the combined Wick islands that might have once existed. Even the name Wick could be a clue. Think
That was
about
a good shot.
Wick, or perhaps the wick on a stick of dynamite. This is the old Wick, the one that blew a long time ago. Perhaps such an eruption created tidal waves and shook the ground a bit, resulting in the land collapse at Castle Pike. Or perhaps it's the other way around, and it was the earthquakes associated with the Hammer of the Waters that collapsed the land at Pike and
Fucking
then
A.
triggered the volcanic eruption of Wick. Either way, earthquakes and volcanoes can occur together, and in fact every volcanic
Am I missing one of my spears? I seem to
is at
be.
least a small earthquake. Now, as we saw in the Mokalan video, the evidence points to there having been an earthquake there. And if there's a fault line somewhere beneath the neck, then it must surely be connected to any volcanism at the Iron Islands, which is very close and on a parallel latitude. Ergo, if Wick is a volcano, it may well have been set off by a significant earthquake at this fault line under the neck, which of course would have been the quaking connected to the Hammer of the
Yeah, we're gonna lose one of our spears just from negligence there.
So Old Wick actually has the same name as Old Town. Yeah, that's interesting. Might have been settled by the same people too. And if the combined island that once may have existed here was just called Wick, then it was basically just
This
called
guy's so
town
elusive.
or settlement, as in the only one. The implication then is that Wick,
Where'd he go?
aka Town, was the first settlement established by the
this area. After all, this would not have been the first settlement made by first men who either walked here over a formerly existing land bridge, or
Got him. Okay.
miraculously
That's all I cared about.
drifted here on fishing boats or wherever, since Wick is the furthest west of the main Iron Island chain. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call it, guys.
One the first men would have come to, no matter
Have
how
a
they came to
good
the islands.
rest of your
However,
night,
it may have or would have been
and I'll
the
see you
first
next
island
time.
reached by people sailing here from the west. So it could be that these ancient mariners first settled on